Tinfoil hat. Oh, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Good morning, Swarm, man. Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. You know I am. You know I'm here to do. I'm here to join me as always, Xavier Guerrero, and on the ones and twos, Juicy Johnny, J Nice, Johnny Woodard. Bang, bang, pow.
That rock was a little thin today. See what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm going through it, dude. It's still dying.
Someone's throat was being worked this weekend.
to the rhythmic beats of
EDC,
electronic dance music.
Electric Daisy musical. There was a lot of gay guys, but no dicks in my mouth.
Okay, congratulations on that.
You just
Big
go right.
stuff.
Oh, he goes right to the throat. I see.
You guys are funny guys over here.
Hey, dude, in his community could be killed for that. So let's keep the joke simple. Guys, great episode today. We got Hibbeler's back. Heil Hibbeler.
Yes.
He's back with his new show, his new movie, Level With Me. It's out right now. Rockfin, a bunch of places. I make a big announcement at the end of the show.
Whoa.
Big announcement, bro.
I love Hibbeler. He's so good.
We do. We all love Hibbeler. Very passionate guy. And
So, wait up. Are you serious about that? What you said at the end?
I'm not gonna. Come on, let's not give it away, bro. It's just a big ending.
There's a revelation.
Yeah.
At the end of the show,
There's a
I'm saying.
revelation at the end. Okay, so come and hang out and check it out. But very excited. If you want to see me live, so guys, here's the situation. I put out a date. I'm a little crazy. I go to weird offshoot markets. I'm gonna probably slow down on that. Nope. Probably gonna slow down on that. But one of the last ones I'm going to do is, and this is, when I say offshoot, I'm not saying it's a bad place. I'm just saying the market isn't the biggest market. So I'm really taking risks on going there. And, but I'm excited. We sold some tickets for Baton Rouge. If you hear that I'm in your area, because Daddy is indie as fuck, okay? So if you need to grab your tickets quick, because if not, I can't really afford to fly everybody out to do the episodes. Do the show. So the sooner you buy tickets, if you want to see me, if you don't want to see me, you don't have to. But if you want to see me, the sooner you hear, if you hear I'm coming and you think you want to go buy your tickets as soon as possible, it helps me plan my show. So June 3rd, I'm in Baton Rouge, okay, with my friend Zane. We're doing two shows. We're doing a comedy show, then I'm doing my Q&A at the end. And then after that, June 8th through the 10th, I'm back at the American Comedy Company watching me bring heat. I want to shoot my special sooner than later, but I haven't been doing as many we'll see. I'm just ready to rock. That's all you need to know. I'm ready to rock. I think I found the place. So I'm going to email this guy and see if he'd give me a Sunday night to shoot it. That's what I did. That's when I did the Viper Room was on a Sunday, packed out. I'm going to do this one as well. So we'll see. I'm going to handpick everybody. Then I'm going to get some security guards too. So we'll figure it out. So that's it. Go to samtribute.com for all my dates. Real quick, just go to samtribute.com. You get my dates. We got t-shirts. A new t-shirt just came out. Very excited about a brand new t-shirt that came out, which is the fraud t-shirt. I owe Top Lobster a little cashish on that. It's the
like that.
It's our fraud shirt with Einstein. And then we got tanks for every shirt you want. There's a tank top for it. So go to samtribute.com or tinfoilhattT-shirts.com. I have a lot of premium content on the show. I work very hard. We all work really hard. I have many different premium contents. I have 4 or 5 shows on Rockfin that you can get either first look or exclusive content on. It's at rockfin.com. Whether it's Tinfoil Hat, Zero, or Conspiracy Social Club, there is a ton of premium content for you. We also have a Cash Daddies Patreon, patreon.com/Cash Daddies. That's great. You get daily investment advice on to try to get some passive income. Is that what's called passive income going? You invest right, you'll start making money. That's all there are. We have many different affiliate programs: Wise Wolf Gold and Silver, Aqua Care Hydrogen Brown Gas, Harley Ray Candles and Crystals, and then finally my new one that we've added is my Joe Staley. And he's helped me lose weight. He can help you lose weight. You can see he has all these different videos of people he's worked with that have lost weight.
Half my weight. Some people have lost half of what I weigh. It's unbelievable.
So if you're not happy with how you weigh, it's a great place to go. He's given, he'll take care of you because he helped me out. We have our own social media, Nuke Social. We have Telegrams. Just click the banners, then go down a little more. All my free shows, 7 free shows of audio you can listen to. All my videos are available at samtripoli.com. Anytime you want a new video, we're shadow banned everywhere. Great place to find it. If you go down to the video section, right, go down. Most of these videos are YouTube videos, okay?
And we should say that Broken Sim that just dropped, if you have ever wanted to actually watch a Broken Sim, this is the one. We got some shape-shifting skinwalker video and footage submitted from a listener. It's super creepy.
You help us with views. I know you want to watch it on YouTube. Well, this is a great way because they're not going to tell you. Every Monday, we're doing this now, and we're working on different things to do with Broken Sim. We're very excited about Conspiracy Social Club Zero. All that's there. So, samtripoli.com, 24-hour radio station. Anything else?
I actually did a vlog for EDC. It's on my Patreon. There's a lot of crazy stuff on there. That's why it's on the Patreon. So head over there.
That's a festival where kids go to do drugs. Anything else?
No, like I said, just check out that Broken Sim. It's it's something that'll kind of stick with you. I've been getting a lot of comments on Twitter. People were saying it was disturbing and it's been living in their head. So check it out. It's cool.
Well, you know what? My nightmare's your nightmare. That's why I was say. So guys, go check it out. We're very excited. The show's going great. We love you very much. Please enjoy this wonderful episode with one of our favorites, Hibbeler, everybody.
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink.
All right, let's get into it. Backed by popular demand. The people have demanded that he's come back, and he is here. He's got a new movie coming out. This guy's cranking the movies out, making a difference. Please welcome everyone's favorite, Hibbeler!
Yo.
Hibbeler, how are you?
What's up, Swarm? What's up, Sam? Johnny XG, thanks for having me back, guys.
We're very excited. You're starting to become a regular here, buddy.
I'm local now, now at least, so that's easier.
Oh, are you leaving?
No, well, eventually. I don't want to be in Cali. I'm not going to be in Cali forever, but,
I get it. I respect that. Where are you thinking?
Texas. Probably Texas.
What part? Haven't decided? That's what you can't decide?
Yeah, there's a lot of parts that are nice.
Yeah.
Probably east of Dallas, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere.
It's definitely going to be interesting where to go. I mean, that's for sure. But anyways, Hibbeler, enough about Zillow. This isn't brought to you by Zillow. Okay. Let's get into you. You know, obviously everybody knows you from your movies. You work with Eddie on Look Into It, which is blowing up. And, you've been on the show a bunch of times. But, you got another movie coming out. We're very excited. It's out?
It's out. Yeah.
Where's the trailer? Can we watch the trailer for a second? Okay, so here we go. He's got a new movie coming out called Level. It's out.
Yeah, it's out.
Level with me. Let's check out the trailer. Let's check out the trailer.
Level with me. We'll also continue to engage with China. We're not looking for a new Cold War, but I make no apologies. I make no apologies for taking down that balloon. Thank you very much.
This is not a new phenomenon that you might find balloons in the air. The fact that
So there are all kinds of possibilities here. Could it be a weather balloon? Absolutely. Could it be a weather balloon? Absolutely.
Mainstream calls them satellites. They're satelloons because they're all on balloons. We're in public. There's no expectation of privacy.
Why are we only told about this other idea of satellites? It's a well-kept secret that we have tons of huge balloons above us.
You don't know about any of these satellites without the balloons?
Space is the biggest psyop of all time.
The Earth is not what NASA says it is.
Many people are becoming aware that there's a firmament
There's a firmament above us. Why is it when we review this footage that these things are exploding? It looks like they're hitting a barrier.
Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, the problem is you can't get past the firmament.
Some of these rockets look like they're scraping across a watery firmament, kind of like a boat dragging something through the water. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're not flying into space.
This is disclosure. People want to call us conspiracy theorists, but we're about to blow this wide open.
Oh, it's going to blow up or something's going to happen.
The 1986 Challenger disaster did not die in the explosion, with many of them hiding in plain sight.
Did you ever think the public would find out that all the spacewalks were filmed underwater?
The liars are the enemy, even if they live in our own backyard.
All right, that looks good. Intense.
Love it.
Intense.
Hey, man, it's overdue because, the only backlash I ever got in the last few films on Flat Earth is, what about aliens? What about UFOs? I saw UFOs. I've seen them. Okay, so what does that have to do with anything? You can still have that here, but people are misled by what they saw in the sky and how it's there and how it's operating. It's electrostatics. That's what it is.
Electrostatic.
Yeah, it's not a mystery that electrostatics is 1 to the 38th power stronger force.
It's not a mystery,
than
but
gravity.
I've never heard that, but tell me about it.
Well, gravity is a theory, as we all know. We're taught in Rockefeller-funded education, right? Across the board, everyone's heard of gravity. It's why your pencil drops on the ground. They forget about density and buoyancy. It kind of gets thrown away. But everyone overlooks the electrostatics nature that we live in, this realm that we live in. Everything's electric. So everything has electricity in it, and that's what decides the up and down. And as you go up, the gradient of our system, our realms, more electricity as you go up. That's why when someone gets hit by lightning, they fly up. So we, in the film, I hope someone saw it here, that we prove it. We prove that gravity doesn't exist. You can manipulate electrostatics. You can make something go up and down with a generator attached to the, and you could basically do it by a positive charge or a negative charge. You can control up and down, and that's how, in my opinion, based on the patents I showed in the film, the U.S. government, German government, Russian government, all of them, they have patents for what we call UFOs built here on Earth and man-made. How are they floating them up in the air?
Well, what you're getting into right now is something where people go, well, are they all in on it? And even though I don't necessarily agree with this guy and everything, Ron Placone, he's much more farther to left on a lot of stuff. But he said something that I thought really resonated with me, and that was, he said that oligarchies like to help oligarchies. So, like, even if Russia and the United States are in a war, let's say, it is mutually beneficial to both of those countries that they have control of their people on lockdown. Yeah. So aliens, nuclear bombs, all that stuff fits into that narrative of that you are powerless. These are powerful forces. They're way more powerful than you. And the only way you have a chance is with these governments of surviving this and stopping this, from the alien attacks to the nuclear wars. Right. That's it. So why would China, why would Russia, why would the United States, why would they all have the same narrative? Well, because they're governments whose whole purpose is to keep the establishment in power and to keep the people below the establishment in check.
Correct. Well, that's the thing. As we all know, the governments lie to their own people. Governments kill their own people all the time. It's not new under the sun. But when it comes to, people all the time go, well, why haven't they just wiped everybody out? They have I'm sure they have the missile power and the ammo power to do that to everybody. I don't really think they'd ever do that because they need energy harvesting. They need to harvest their energy. They need to control people. They're control freaks. There's different types of demons, in my opinion. And we talked on my show, Sam, about, in this war going on right now. And the one thing for me is like I just driving here. There's people protesting for Writers Guild, right? They're out with their signs, you know, they're on strike and everything. People are beeping. I always dream. I'm a dreamer, Sam. Why aren't people out protesting the 60th parallel Antarctic Treaty? What? We're in a fence. Human beings, you think you're free. Oh, I'm free. No, we're in a fence. We have a giant fence line around us. Even if you believe in a spinning ball without any evidence, that's fine. That's your prerogative. That's fine. We're still in a fence, okay? So don't we want to go see as humans what's outside of that fence? What are they hiding over there? I don't understand. This has been documented for a very long time now. Late 1800s, people were there was tyrannical nature in the States. They got in their boat, they went, they got lost by sea. Many weeks later, they stumbled upon a continent. This is called the Iron Republic. This is not a fake book in the 1800s release, like a fantasy book. This is a first-hand eyewitness testimony account of a man and his team that got together and said, "We're out of here. Let's just get out of here. It's tyrannical. We're going to get the fuck out." And they stumble upon a piece of land, not knowing where they were. This land is called the Iron Republic. It's way past the ice wall. They got there. They were there for a long time. This guy wrote a book about the people out there and who he met. And no one even knows about this book. No one knows about it.
I bought it. You told me to buy it.
You did buy it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, in general, though, no one knows about that. No one knows about that story that has been withheld from us. Why wouldn't they bring it up? It's a first-hand eyewitness testimony.
And where was this?
Where was it?
When?
Believe late 1800s is when he did that. The book was released in the Florida Magazine. It was published one time. They published it, and then they yanked it 1901. So in 1901, 1902, around there, they published it, and then that was it. They buried it right away. And as you see, as I'm researching back then, because it's always hard for me to believe something so long ago. It's like I wasn't there. I don't know. But in terms of like 1800s, especially late 1800s, there's a lot of stuff you could verify. It's not like it's the year 1422. Oh, I don't even want. For me, it's like I don't even want to hear it. It starts with 1422. This happened. I don't want to hear it because the Freemasons and the demons of this world, the Rockefellers, all of them, they started the Board of Education in 1920. So for me, everything up to 1920, I'll listen to. You know, between 1800s, 1920, everything else it's Rockefeller funded. This is what they want the world to know universally.
You're so right on. And
why do we keep believing what their books? Like everybody can dismantle the history books, especially. But it's like this is also Rockefeller's funded science. This is why
the Rockefellers which are extension of the Rothschilds. It's all that health, education, all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's so interesting because like, you know, my kids were figuring out what schools they're going to go to and all that stuff, and you know, some people I know had their kids right in school, right out the gate. We've been holding off because we're trying to find the right one. But I'm also like, why am I in a hurry to get them into these schools?
Get them into the indoctrination camp. Or hurry up.
Yeah.
I get you. I'm with you.
It's kind of crazy, but it's like, so like I went on Rogan, and I love Rogan. So, you know, it's like I bring up murder by injection, which is, you know, the story of the Rockefellers taking over. And of course, you go to the guy who wrote the book, and it's just anti-Semitism. And now I'm on the biggest podcast on planet Earth, and I'm quoting some anti-Semitic guy. And, you know, people are always like, you didn't go crazy on Rogan. I'm like, it's Rogan's show, bro. You know, it's like, and like I got banished for 8 years. You know, I would like to go back. I enjoy having conversations with him, but
plus you reach a big. Let's be real. You're reaching a giant audience.
No, you're reaching the biggest audience.
Okay, yeah, you're reaching the biggest audience. So who wouldn't take that opportunity? But you know, I'm sure at the same time, it's like there's certain things that Joe's not allowed to have topics on his show. I would assume.
Well, I'm sure that Joe understands that. You know, that certain things he talks about will bring more chaos than other things they talks about, right? I mean, like, I do believe, and again, this isn't about Joe right now, but I do believe he's really smart on, like, you know, a big part of the flat earth movement is Eddie arguing with Joe on that show. Which
barely getting a word in, but yeah, arguing, getting yelled at.
It leads people to go look it up.
It does.
So, but for me, like, that's why I was like, hey, man, you know, it's like, this, you could watch how this happens, dude. They run everybody out that does holistic medicine, and they bring in the people who are, you know, pushing germ theory. They get rid of train theory, and it's like, so when you get into these things, people can't come to grips with that. Everything's a lie.
Yes.
It's exhausting to them.
And we're taught the opposite. It's even harder to reach that message. You could say everything's a lie. People are like, yeah, I get that. But no, but we're still teaching our children and the school system, it's still teaching lies. Even as little as like, we all know Columbus didn't discover America. Come on. There were sorry people living.
I can't wait to tell my kids this.
I know, but I'm saying, we all know that. Everyone watching knows. Columbus
like,
is but they're going to teach them that.
No, yeah.
That's fucked up. Why are you allowing this?
I don't think they're teaching that anymore.
They
That
stopped
Columbus?
teaching that
No.
Columbus discovered America.
I
As
think
far as
they are.
I know, they are.
When's the last time you went to school? I guarantee you they're not teaching that anymore.
Who are they teaching discovered America?
Well, yeah, they're saying that Columbus is he's one of these guys that's been canceled. By
Oh,
history.
really?
Yeah, he's canceled.
So who discovered America? Binary?
Change the narrative.
Binary, non-binary.
The thing is that he didn't because the Native Americans were here. How are you going to discover something that was already found?
I think that's what they said.
Oh,
now.
that's what they're doing, and that's a lie too. So I mean, like it goes even deeper.
Lies and lies and lies upon lies.
The Moors were here before that, so
Right.
which the reason they don't want you to know about that because that changes the argument about slavery.
Slavery, yeah, and they don't want that.
Yeah.
BLM be knocking on their door.
Yeah,
don't do that.
100%.
Yeah,
It's
don't
so
do that.
funny, dude. Having this conversation with you, and like having the conversations with Brian Kell, it could be not different. It could be not more different. He is coming along slowly. There's some things he can't come to grips with, and you know,
That
even
gravity's a made up force. He definitely can't come up with
definitely
a
he will never admit flat Earth. There's no timeline where Brian Callen's like flat Earth is real.
So what's very interesting is this was a couple years ago. I got to do the cycle at the Comedy Store where I did all 3 rooms on New Year's. And I was nice enough. I got to do Legion of Skanks. Then they put me in the OR, and then the Legion of Skanks were doing a podcast in the belly room. So they asked me to go up, and Michael Bisping, who I loved, him as a fighter for sure, big guy, was like, this is what happens. I go on Legion of Skanks, and they're the best. And they're doing these 30-minute specials. And everyone who got them are fucking great. I love Louis J. Gomez. I love David. I love Big J. I love all of them. But every time I go on, the first question, okay, what's the big conspiracy? And the room just turns, and now it's like a TED Talks, and and the same thing like when I go on like your mom's house, I just want to talk about homeless guys and whatever weird poop in your pants, whatever they talk about on there. I'm there to talk about that, but they always get into conspiracies with me, and. Which is fine because
you love it. Come on, you love it.
But I don't mind it. But are your listeners going to enjoy it? I'll talk all day. But if your listeners want to hear about what you normally talk about, I can talk about anything.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't talk about anything too, but I don't think I've ever been on any show without conspiracies brought up.
Oh, it's always I'm just known as that guy. So the minute they go, oh, what's a big conspiracy? And I just sit there, and then Michael Bisping like, oh. You're not one of those flat earthers, are you? I go, oh no, here we go. So now I have to defend flat earth, even though I'm not necessarily, specifically at that time, a flat earther.
I'll tell you why that happens to you too. It's because someone like that comes up with the question of you're not one of those flat earthers, are you? They're the type of person that never researched it, obviously. And for sure, they watch Behind the Curve on Netflix. The government propagated Hollywood, flat earth, pancake in space, hilarious. It is fucking hilarious. I also laugh at that. That's not what we've ever said once. But that's the image that they see. You Google search image flat earth, you're going to see a bunch of bullshit, snow globes. Like, we're not in a snow globe where God's above you. Shake it if you get bad. Hey, I'm going to shake the snow globe now.
Then which one on here? Which one on here do you like? Is there anyone that you like? Is there anyone? Then what? Then why don't you draw one?
No.
I like the donut. Wow, that's a good one.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I believe it, but sometimes
understand though. Most of these images you're seeing are created by probably NASA and our government and the people that work for them. They're agents because the reason that people want to see a flat Earth model so bad. There's really only one reason. It's because they got handed a model in kindergarten.
I gotcha.
Now, that whole model has been destroyed since 2014, whether you admit it or not. It has been dissected and destroyed.
Or you know about it because most people won't know about that.
Correct. I mean, the people that research anything, they know that shit's been destroyed. So, at the same time as understanding the globe's destroyed, What do you think the rulers are going to do in 2014, 2015 when it was viral? Flat Earth search was viral before they altered algorithms. I think that they're altering algorithms because of Flat Earth. And they want to cancel TikTok because of Flat Earth, because it's 3.4 billion searches on their platform for it.
Hey, guys, real quick, I want to tell you about HelloFresh, okay? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients with seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why they're the number one meal kit in America. They're America's number one meal kit, okay? Flavors in full bloom at HelloFresh. Enjoy the taste of spring with chef-crafted recipes featuring ripe seasonal ingredients delivered right to your door. HelloFresh does more than just delicious dinners. Not only can you take your pick from 40 weekly recipes, but you can choose from over 100 items to round out your order, from snacks and easy lunches to desserts and pantry necessities. Everything arrives in one box on a delivery date you choose. And I just got mine, and I am it's like food Christmas. I'm like so excited to dig in and go to work, okay? It's going to be real fun, okay? It's going to be no worries if you're not a pro in the kitchen either. HelloFresh foolproof recipes arrive pre-portioned and easy to prepare in just a few steps. That's me to the T, brother, okay? So here, Johnny, you've actually gotten these, right, and used them.
Yeah, we both have. Yeah, I love HelloFresh. They have super, super high quality ingredients.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. And again, I'm not the greatest cook in the world. And with HelloFresh, they make it really easy on me. So here's what we need you to do, okay? Go to HelloFresh.com/tinfoil16 and use the code tinfoil16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Come on, guys. Come on. It's just that simple. Go to HelloFresh.com/tinfoil16 and use the code tinfoil16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Wow, it's just that simple. Just go have a good time. Enjoy quality farm fresh food easily prepared. Enjoy HelloFresh. When YouTube made its first big move, do you remember this, Johnny? Because we talked a lot about it. When they made their first big move to censorship, there was 3 things that they included. So the first one was Holocaust, right? The Holocaust denial. And that was because everyone's like, yeah, Holocaust denial. That's bad. Yeah. So that establishes an energy. Okay. Then the next one I think was holistic. It might have been 9/11, but I think it was holistic remedies. And you go, why you include that? And then you realize, oh, Google and everything else is owned by the people who do pharmaceuticals. So now you understand why that. And then out of nowhere, it goes flat Earth. And you're like, why are you including that in those two?
Why don't you include Hollow Earth? Why don't you include Matrix Earth or Donut Earth or whoever knows what else is fucking out there? No big deal. No, but once you talk about Earth as a level stationary plane, as we observe it, as we feel it every day, and the stars and the sun and the moon are rotating around our head like a clock, which we observe and witness and experience every day, that's truth, right?
Yeah.
That is, if that's true, that's the truth. You can't have the truth. So what they do is they hijack the truth. They allow a little bit of it. Flat Earth Society started right after the moon landings were faked because they knew how many millions and millions of people back then, number one, never believed in the globe. Number two, laughed at the moon landings when they happened, but they had no YouTube. They had no platform to speak out against the shit. There was nothing. I don't know if they had protests or something. Probably not, to be honest. But they knew that there was millions of people that knew the truth still. Can't get rid of them. What do? We hijack the truth, control the opposition. They came in with Flat Earth Society and started that website.
Limited Hangouts.
Yes. Well, Flat Earth Society company they started. Then once the internet came around, that was the number one search. It still is. Flat Earth Society. People go there. I'm sure 9 out of 10 normies, they click the first link, right? It's the way it is.
Yep.
Flat Earth Society or something similar. It's bullshit. It's a pancake going up. We're moving up. It's like once you read that, you're off. It's that funny. We're a pancake. You could fall off the edge, and we're moving up. Why would you continue? Right? Like, why would you go, that sounds like fucking that sounds real. Well, no, it doesn't. It sounds like bullshit because they fed you to that. They led you to that. Then they make documentaries like Behind the Curve and they trap people into we're going to come and film for you and just say you live with your mom in the basement. Ready, go. I mean, all this shit. And then people watch it. I remember getting a phone call from one of my normie old buddies right when Flat Earth was taken off in 2017, when it was really, really, really popular. He goes, hey, man, I gave in. I watched some Flat Earth stuff. I'm like, what? Well, you did? What'd you watch? I'm thinking it's Eric Dubay. It's ODD TV and maybe one of my things. He goes, I was on Netflix. I go, wait a minute. What the fuck you talking about? Behind the Curve. I go, no. That's a hit piece. That's like saying you watched a 9/11 documentary on Netflix and what'd you learn from it? Bush knew. That's all?
You know,
that's all you learned?
Okay, so you know who else does that? HBO, or what formerly known as HBO. I don't know if I'll ever don't know if I'll ever recognize Max. I don't know if I could do it. It upsets me because this goes again to now. Now, if I go, oh, dude, he had an HBO special. My generation would be like, what's an HBO special? Oh, see, now we don't have the same information.
Yeah.
Right? That's all. People, like, individually, it means nothing.
Correct.
But when you put everything else, everything's got to change. Why? Because they don't want me to be able to give knowledge to my children.
Correct.
That's the whole but they're giving all their kids all the knowledge. So they have a running start. My kids have to start from zero.
Yes.
That's what that's all about, man.
Well, they always want to break the family up. That's been their goal forever.
We discussed that. We've been discussing that a lot. But when you get into like conspiracies on HBO, you know, they were the ones who did the Jeffrey Epstein, or was it on Netflix? The Jeffrey Epstein like mini series. Everyone's like, I watched that. It's crazy. You're like, and who was the bad guy? And like they specifically made it. They significantly downplayed the Clintons' role in that whole thing.
Of course. That's the point. You give them a little bit of truth. We're in a information war, right? Spiritual war, but information war too. So they have to abide by their own laws in a sense. Laws of the universe. Don't do harm unto others. And you have to tell the truth. They do it in their own way though. See, how do they get away with harming others? Like when people go, what about Chester from Lincoln Park? He got suicided, right? You don't think he had an oath with someone? Being that popular? You don't think he signed a label? You don't think maybe he went into a church and did something to get famous? We don't know these people. That's all I'm trying to say. We don't know these people. So a lot of these people that they got suicided. Did they used to work for Big Pharma? Oh, they did. Did they used to work for NASA? Oh, so whistleblowers are a part of an oath. So it's not going against the laws of the universe to harm you now. You signed something, man. No blood on our hands. We're coming to get you.
Oh, interesting.
That's my take on it.
So your belief is that
they leave people like us
levels, alone. If you get to those high enough levels, you will be under oath. You're under oath
in some form or fashion.
And if you go out, you get offed. But there's no bad karma for them because they broke the oath.
They broke the oath. You signed it. It's over.
I was talking to somebody along the lines of that. Was that like Tupac. Mm-hmm. Like I was telling, like Tupac, I go
spoke too much.
He was a dancer, and then he got rebranded as a gang.
Yeah, he was NWA'd. They brought him in as a character, and to get young black kids to want to be like him and spit in the cop's face. And it's just an influencer to influencers in a sense. So Tupac was a phony in the terms of a thug, and he's gonna whoop your ass. No, he'll get his ass whooped most of the time, but the people around him were badasses, so it kept his ego going that he was tough and everything. He was a great artist. I'm not giving him shit for that.
Oh, he could sing
wonderful
because
artist.
he was a great dancer.
But
he played this role, and then when he wants to go off the reservation, that's when they off you.
Yeah, then you made Machiavelli, and then he started talking about the government, about stuff. He even had an interview once about I think he was mentioning the Clintons or something. Someone. About not helping the homeless and this and that. So again, he got away from the happy record label, hey, let's make music and make money and party. And then he started realizing, you know what? This world's real fucked up and this system's really corrupt. I'm going to write my next album on that. Well, you can't do that, buddy.
It's like I always give people room to grow. Like people are always like, yo, man, he was like this. I go, Well, first of all, I don't think anyone's coming to save me, so I have zero.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not invested in anybody. No. So nobody's coming to save me. So whether it's like, RFK Jr. or whatever versus what he said before, I also do believe that people do grow up and learn different things, right? And they get different information. They can change. But the question becomes, how were you blown up? And if you were blown up in their apparatus, they don't like that. When you go off reservation, they do not like you getting huge and being like, bye, bitch. And then
they don't mind you getting huge on your own because they know they can control those limits. They know they have the power and ability to make sure you don't get more than 2M on that YouTube video. They already know. They already know how to do it. So they can control it from that. They don't have to start killing everybody. That's the thing. Then it's way too obvious. Everybody notices, okay, why is everybody dying that said something?
Okay, has there been a flat earther that's been killed?
In my opinion, no. I mean, not that I'm aware of. I know, rest in peace, Rob Skiba. I think he got ventilated, if you want to call it, during the pandemic.
Well, that's all coming out, but I think the ventilator thing is a smokescreen for remdesivir, which they were using to basically raise the death count. And so Dana's mom got on remdesivir, and I was like, don't do it, because she's like 90, but she survived. But I'm like, I bet you they're giving a different dosage. The remdesivir they were using, I guarantee you, was way stronger than what they're putting out.
They're in the peaks because their excuse was easier. It was more valid to the family that came. Say, oh, sorry, grandma died. Sorry, your aunt died. How? COVID.
Yeah.
But
they needed deaths.
Correct. They needed deaths.
They needed people going, what the fuck am I
And they knew that most people were not going to come into the hospital that died from the flu. They knew it had to be something else. But a lot of it to me is mental because, like you tell somebody that has stage 4, let's call it stage 3 cancer, they got 6 months to live. And you got 4 doctors that come in the room, sit them down one by one that week and say, you got 6 months. Sorry. And you got family going in and on 6 months. We're going to plan for the funeral, right? Gets in his head. He will die, unfortunately. But you have someone like my late mother who was told the same thing 6 months and turned it into almost 7 years because she said, no, I'm not.
Yeah, not today.
I also don't think there's times where you can't, I don't care how hard you want it, you're going to die.
Yeah, but that's usually...
yeah, I do agree, but there's some times where it's just you can't, I don't care how much you want to manifest it.
That's called too late, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there
you're
are
talking about situations that are
but
too
then
late.
the question becomes, what is cancer?
Yes.
And why are you getting cancer? And what is the purpose of cancer?
And when did it start?
Like this whole notion, like these chemicals called cancer. I don't know, man. I don't believe any of it, so I have to question every single moment of it. And some people are like, oh, it's exhausting. I go, no, it's not. It's just basically going, I don't know.
Well, Sam, Johnny, and XG, I recommend all three of you in your free time, look up, prove to yourself the when cancer was coming around in terms of taking out humans. Look out. I mean, and if you find anything before the polio vaccine was first introduced to the world, the first vaccine ever, if you find something before that, please send it to me because I've been looking since 2014. I feel as if the initial vaccine is what caused it, and then the change of diet, and you can keep continuing that trend of how to speed up cancer cells, how they, figured it out, and
Lack
again,
of
I can't find anything.
B17 too. Lack of B17.
It's possible, yeah. But again, for me, it goes back to the vaccinations. We haven't seen any cancer patients before these vaccines came out, so could be a coincidence, of course, but. I don't know. Hey, look, I can speak from a non-hypocrisy state of mind. I've never been vaccinated, not as a child, 0 times. So, and I'm never sick. I don't get sick. I don't get ill. If I have my seasonal fall, as I call it, because you think just trees get fall, we do. And once I get my fall in my body, it's usually 24 hours. If it's longer, something's wrong. But that's it. That's all I experience every year. That's all you should experience here. That's all he and she should experience every year is your fall, and that's it. And if you know what you're doing, you know about activated charcoal, you know about sea moss, there's things you know about. Well, that's a 24-hour thing. You're back out there tomorrow. That's it. But people are ill, man. You look around, people are sick. They have sicknesses and diseases.
Well,
they don't even know what's wrong with them. They just heard it's because I ate too many tortillas. I got, diabetes now. That's not what it's from. You need to understand things with your own health and avoid these things.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I can't quit Coke. Not the drug.
Yeah, I figured
soda.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
I just can't quit it.
I get it.
I've tried my hardest.
It's addicting. It's because there's 80,000 pounds of sugar in one can.
I
and
know.
Your
I'm
body's
trying.
like, come
but
on.
that's what it's down to. Occasionally McDonald's ice cream and the cone. That's it. Hey, everybody. I want to tell you about our friends at Black Buffalo, the world's only smokeless tobacco alternative that delivers the same experience as traditional long cut and pouches, just without any tobacco leaf or stem. Okay, so it's just this simple. Listen, if you're 21 and over and you dip or you chew pouches or long cut, check out the award-winning tobacco alternative Black Buffalo. Black Buffalo is everything you love, nothing you don't. The feel, the taste, the ritual, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. Black Buffalo is actually made from a variety of green leaves in the cabbage family. You can take pride in what you do. Take pride in what you dip. Honor your rituals with Black Buffalo, okay? Black Buffalo makes all the best flavors like wintergreen, mint, straight, peach, and even blood orange with and without pharmaceutical grade nicotine, okay? You can buy Black Buffalo online. All right. All you have to do is use the promo code TINFOIL. Okay. You can buy Black Buffalo online at blackbuffalo.com. Use the promo code TINFOIL. Okay. Or thousands of retail locations across the country by checking their store locator on the website. What's it? Blackbuffalo.com. Go to store locator. All right. Shop in store. And it's just right there. There's so many. All your favorites. Chevron, Circle K's, AMPMs. They're all there, man. You love this, right?
Dude, it's like in my lip. It's part of my ritual. Sometimes I go, we don't smoke the same at the soccer games. I'm not allowed to smoke there, so I put a little bit of this, keeps a little flavor going. It works.
Dude, you're the best, bro. It's May. Honor your rituals with products from Black Buffalo. Trust me, it fits in to whatever you like to do. If you're over 21 and use products like this, it's time to join the Black Buffalo herd. Head to blackbuffalo.com and use the promo code TINFOIL at checkouts for 15% off your first order. Use our code TINFOIL for 15% off your first order. One last time, that's TINFOIL for 15% off your order. Okay, honor your rituals with Black Buffalo. I want to get back to the movie. So, because, again, been having some wonderful discussions with Brian Callen. I'm slowly chipping away at this dude. He's slowly coming to understand it. Like what would normally be a screaming match. He's like, okay, maybe you're onto something.
Well,
like,
what do you think of satellites?
What?
Okay, wait up. Can you prove that? You've seen this one, right?
You're talking this
me?
Yeah. The behind the curve one right here.
Yeah, he talked about.
How do you explain that?
He's talking about that experiment. He's talking about the experiment at the end.
Yeah, the experiment that they cut the end of. That's the thing. See, that's a guy called Jaronism. He's on Rockfin.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
I did his. I did a Zoom comedy show for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was on the show. Yeah. The summit, True Earth Summit.
Yeah. It was fun. I tried to sell some tickets. Oh yeah, that's him right there, right?
Yes. So they did it. They cut the rest of the scene when everyone there said, yeah, both sides, Globe and Flat Earth, said not enough conclusive evidence because he had to keep raising it high to even get the laser. They stopped it there and the movie's over. Well, keep going. There's way more story. Both sides knew that there. And that's the problem with it, is the entire, not just the end, the entire Netflix special was a hit piece. Going into it, how do you get someone, what's his name? Mark Sargent, right? The star of the film. How do you get access to go inside a NASA studio? Like, he's in NASA filming and for a Flat Earth movie. That would be not allowed. You know what I had to do to even get to the...
so right.
I had to get through the Space Center. We had to sneak in professional equipment through my belt and other ways I can't say. And we had to sneak in, not up my ass, no.
Sounded like butt stuff.
No. I mean, I don't want to give out all the tricks.
Sound like butt stuff.
No, it's not butt stuff. But we had to sneak professional equipment in to NASA because it's not allowed. But this guy gets an open invitation to come into NASA. That means one of two things. One, he's controlled. Or two, NASA knew this was going to be a hit piece. Let him in. Let them all in. We're going to edit it and post and make it a hit piece on them. And they also, here's another one, Johnny, I'm sure one of you guys would bring up at some point or in the audience.
Keep going at John.
Is in Behind the Curve.
I haven't said anything.
No, I said, well, you're supposed to be devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I'm just used to it. So in Behind the Curve, the Netflix mockumentary, they said, Bob, rest in peace, Bob, by the way. They died of complications, but rest in peace, Bob. Bob in the film, Bob Nodell from Globebusters, was talking about the gyroscope, the ring laser gyroscope, and how it was rotating 15 degrees. Now, Netflix took that piece, put the globe while you're hearing him, showing a globe spinning with a graphic saying 15 degrees spin. Oh, look, he just proved the Earth's round, fucking Bob. No, did you not hear the rest of it? Oh, no, they cut it. But either way, what he was talking about was the rotation of the sky. They don't want to talk about that because you could prove that too. The sky is rotating. So they put graphics and they trick people and then they go, that was a flat earth movie. It looks like you guys lost that. It's like, yeah, no, I don't contest to 95% of, no, I'll say 90% of everything said in that film is bullshit. So that's why you know it's a hit piece, period. It's a hit piece. And why would they spend all this money on a hit piece? This was the peak of flat earth. They knew we need a blockbuster. We need something we could sell and NASA gets behind. They had NASA astronauts in the film. What does that tell you? How do you get in the film? What? Now, I had to go out of my way to get someone to go to Judith Resnick, one of the college professors that is a space shuttle Challenger survivor.
Let's get into this, bro. This is my favorite conspiracy. What's your favorite conspiracy? There's a couple of them, but this is one of my favorites.
Oh, the Challenger.
The Challenger.
I don't mind because we're in Rockfin, Johnny. So you could play the first couple minutes of the film for Sam real quick, just so he can see the Challenger section. It would be probably starting around 5 minutes or so. You guys don't have an account?
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we do. I'm logged into it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at his screen. My bad.
Okay.
Go
right
here, and then I would go maybe 5 minutes in, maybe less. Yeah, a little less. Right there's fine because he knows about the explosion.
Exclusively by researchers and reporters, investigators, who have found that those supposed people that were in the Challenger are still alive today.
We remember.
Get some side-by-sides for you, Sam.
The commander who spoke the last words we heard from the
what are we doing here?
Oh,
we
it gets
remember
better,
Michael Smith. We remember Judith Resnick. We remember Krista McAuliffe. We remember Allison Onizuka. We remember Ronald McNair.
People still think the Challenger exploded with these astronauts. It was a horrible thing. Never happened. Yes, the rocket exploded. There was no one on board.
So imagine you're at the launch of the Challenger. This is a historic moment, and it blows up in midair. Whether you are personally related to somebody on there or don't know anybody, you're going to be a mess. This is an emotional, incredible scene. And CNN was reporting, and they told the cameraman, let's get a live shot of Krista's parents. And when they zoomed in on them, they were giggling. They were laughing. They were smiling. I don't know how you can put a smile on someone's face, even if you told them the funniest joke in the world at that very moment. Just look at their face. Is that the face of somebody whose daughter just blew up in the most horrific, violent accident ever? Or is that somebody playing a role, not knowing that they're on camera and thinking about the money that they may have gotten? You can hide somebody that's allegedly dead right in plain sight. All you have to do is move them a little farther away, give them a different job, claim that they're somebody else. You don't even need to change their name.
So statistically speaking, the odds that almost everyone on the Challenger have exact lookalikes with exact names still existing is kind of laughable, honestly. Exact doppelgangers existing in the world with the same names, and when confronted, they get very nervous and their stories begin to conflict and they have the same mannerisms. You know, it doesn't take a lot to put it together, honestly.
Let's start with former NASA astronaut Michael J. Smith, with the same name as this retired professor from the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Are you Michael Smith?
Yeah.
Professor at university?
Retired.
Retired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just stopped by because there's this room. Are you aware of that there's a rumor on the internet
It's not me.
That people are saying.
Yeah, it's not me, obviously. I mean, anybody that looks at my background, looks where I was born, it's not me. I mean, it's interesting that the Michael J. Smith that was the astronaut looks something like me when we were younger, but really not if you really look at facial recognition.
You never been a pilot, never been in the military?
Pilot jacket on.
Huh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I don't respond to the emails I get. I get probably an email, maybe 2 a month.
Really?
And I got one guy that's been really hounding me, and I turned it over to the FBI.
Okay. Yeah, you just sure look alike. It's the same
I
name.
know the facial thing, but that's what we looked like. What? 40 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn. Michael J. Smith, identical looks, dimples the same, teeth the same. There's really no denying it. And before he could finish the question, Michael denied it. Oh, that's not me. That's not me, you know, and laughed it off. What's he going to say? Oh, you got me? Not going to happen.
The driveway footage of Michael J. Smith, that's real. I mean, that can't be a deep fake, you know. So at some point, you got to stop trusting liars.
We don't hide our space program. We don't keep secrets and cover things up. We do it all up front and in public.
Next is former NASA
this is the
astronaut
craziest
Judith
one,
Resnick
Johnny.
with an
Watch
exact
this.
doppelganger working at Yale University. 37 years have passed and she hasn't even changed her name.
And how she talks.
Side by side, there's no denying it.
We got her at Yale.
When she's approached, she has a very odd way of not responding.
Hey, Judy. How you doing? I'm from the press. I just had a quick question, if you don't mind.
What press?
I'm from a radio station in San Bernardino. I know there's a conspiracy about the space shuttle. No, I want to be polite.
Where you going, Judy?
Friendly. Just a question. So there's a lot of rumors about you being on that space shuttle. Obviously, you know, if you want to comment, we would really appreciate it.
Kind of odd that Judith is in full panic mode when realizing the press is in her presence. She's no stranger to being in the spotlight. She even made her way into Hollywood for a quick cameo.
If the choice is to allow Americans to be taken as hostages or to be executed, I'll bring my own fucking rope. Saddam backed down, and Ambassador Wilson helped thousands get safely home.
Just a random professor
When he
in a Hollywood
himself
movie.
came home to the United States, he was warmly greeted by our president, who took him to the Oval Office and
she right
introduced
there
him to the War
looks like
Cabinet as an American hero.
The next guy's my favorite.
Commander Dick Scobie had a company called Cows and Trees.
Look
and
at
when you
those
went to
eyes, Johnny.
Look at his website. There was an animation of a cow taking off like a
Back
rocket
up a few seconds,
with
Daddy.
a smoke stream
This
coming
was
out of
his
his backside,
website of
doing a
Cows and Trees.
twisty
Cows and
curl
Trees
in
is a
the air.
marketing firm in
Commander Dick
Chicago.
Scobie had a company.
When you went to his website, this is what you watched. Go ahead. Sorry.
He called Cows and Trees, and when you went to his website, there was an animation of a cow taking off like a rocket with a smoke stream coming out of its backside, doing a twisty curl in the air that looked remarkably just like what we saw with the Challenger. And after we started making videos on that and it started going viral, that website disappeared, never to be seen again.
And nobody could have predicted back in 1986 that in 30 some odd years from then that there would be something called the internet that would bring all this information to the tip of your fingers.
that's it.
And you'd be able to search through pictures, Facebooks, websites, profiles. Now these people are scared. They're hiding their profiles. They're deleting their websites. They're making their Facebooks private.
Onizuka and McNair are always together. They're hanging out at NASA and always talking about themselves.
Ellison Onizuka, if you look at clips of him back in 1986 when this happened, he actually spoke like, every other word was,
Let me say that it's really a pleasure to be back.
If you look at clips of his brother, Claude, now speaking, it's the same exact thing. Every other word is,
But Allison's dream is continued to be carried on.
I think we got some...
we're very fortunate that the...
I think we're ready to go fly. Thanks for being out here today.
His brother just so happens to be the spokesperson for the Challenger tragedy. Why aren't there any pictures of his brother back when this happened? Why didn't his brother speak at the funeral? Use your head.
Former Governor Ariyoshi, who has
just
a
like
story
the 9/11
about
passports,
a picture
right?
that survived the
said that
Challenger
survived
disaster.
the 9/11 explosion. This is the only thing that survived the Challenger explosion. Watch this.
And he wanted to take it up on a Challenger, and he's going to bring it back, inscribe it, and autograph it. But that Challenger accident happened, and I felt very sorry to lose Elson. But I didn't even think about the photo. I thought everything else must have been destroyed completely. About 2 months later, Lorna Onizuka called me and told me that they found in the water, NASA found the personal preference kit of Elton Onizuka. And she said there were 2 things in there. One was a monk's prayer, and the other was his family portrait. So I told her, then it must be in terrible condition because...
Where's his twin brother in that picture?
The big bag up and the ocean in the water for 2 months.
By the way, that picture survived the explosion.
And then was in water for 2 months.
Cool story, bro.
And then in the meantime, NASA got the picture.
Do you think that this guy knows about it? This guy talking right now? Or do you think he's just like, this is amazing?
The people are quadruple jab by now, man. People are just dumb.
No, but
so it's very possible he just believes the picture survived it.
I think he does too. I think
he
he
believes it.
He's like, this is incredible.
I mean, there's still people who believe the passport thing.
Ronald McNair conveniently has a twin brother named Carl McNair who looks exactly like him and is at a lot of the events now, but was nowhere to be found when the
It starts a year after the explosion.
Krista McAuliffe was a fairly new teacher, just 3 years at that school. To get her story planted, all of these people, the parents, the astronauts, everyone involved that you saw, are crisis actors.
Essie was at the Cape in the stands to see Tuesday's launch, a sight that she says still haunts her.
Why didn't I leave too?
You're this actor.
But I thought, no, I want to stay and see it.
And as she read Mike's invitation for the launch, Miss Hesse said that she doesn't know if she'll be emotionally ready for a service like that in his hometown.
Since I won't be able to see you all in person, let me say thanks for coming and have a great time. And I hope you see a good show.
George Bush Sr. hand-selected the teacher, Krista McAuliffe. What are the odds that 30 years later, there is a professor at Syracuse University with the name Sharon McAuliffe?
I still can't believe that I'm going to actually be going into that shuttle. It just really doesn't seem possible.
Krista McAuliffe was asked if she had any fears about her space shuttle flight.
People really feel that space travel is safe now. It's not that earlier feeling that, oh, it's going to blow up or something's going to happen. Right at this point, I feel that I'll be okay if I go up.
Well, where's Jarvis? How come you haven't located him? And the answer is, he could have died of natural causes, a heart attack, a car accident, 3, 4, 5 years later, and it would never be reported.
The reason they did it was a psychological operation to justify not.
Go watch the film, guys.
Yeah, I know. Really, we could watch this whole thing here. I
Go
think.
watch the film.
I would love to.
But yeah, it's a psychological operation. It's for trauma-based mind control. Everybody on this show knows that.
Okay.
Everybody collectively, look, real quick, hold on. 20% of the American population watched it live. And 80% of the American population heard about it within 2 hours and saw it. So we're all in unison, right? We're all together on this 9/11 style where, oh my God, it blew up. We're all, oh my God, NASA. Oh my God, oh my God. And then not only that, but it also leads the road of children. I don't want to go up there. That's it. No more man-made space flights. It was over. No more other humans.
No advancements.
Plant a teacher there, right? One of ours. Have Bush Jr. reel her in. They're friends.
So let's get this right. Elon Musk, the smartest of smarts, can't get a rocket off the fucking ground. But we've been going to the moon, and I mean, it's just unbelievable. And it's
going
just
anywhere.
like, yeah, man.
You might be exploring the outer lands. They're not going to tell you about it, but we don't go anywhere above us. You can't get out of here. I mean, we in the film, you got to go fast pro rocket going straight up, stops at 73 miles. It will always stop us every 3 miles. Go ahead and do it yourself, audience. Go get your own funding. Go get your own rocket. Put cameras everywhere. You will not go past 73 miles up. Just like you can't dig down more than, 7.3 miles.
Okay,
it's the same.
Let's say they did it. Let's say they try to do it again. And
7.3 and then 73?
Yeah, I could be off on that, but I think that's exactly... well, it's in Russia. The deepest hole, 7 point something miles, yes.
What is
right
the,
around
what
there.
is the one occult? It's not 73 that they say to each other. Do you remember? There's a number that they say. Is it 71? Was there any 73s in 9/11? Any of the
I'm not
flights?
a numerology guy, though, Will. I'm not, I understand numerology a little bit, but I don't know much about it.
We've definitely gone.
Kalima.
We've definitely gone further than 7 miles, dude. We know about the center of the earth.
Yeah,
We've
they know the next fourth.
past 7
Literally,
miles,
they
dude.
hit an impenetrable barrier.
There's a picture. It's like there's lava, then there's like really hot lava, then there's like really hot lava.
Real hot lava.
Yeah, I don't know what they sent down there, but there's some hot lava down there.
Yeah, we remember those cartoons as a kid. That was the original meme for me. I mean, in life, in childhood, that's the meme. That's the meme that gets you. It's like, oh yeah, look, they figured it out.
They even slipped it into so much remember like the China syndrome or whatever, where that nuclear reactor was going to go all the way to China through the Earth.
Yeah, through the Earth.
Yeah.
So let's say we try to go to the moon again. And for some reason,
we never tried the first time, but I get what you mean.
Well, Blue Origin's doing it next. If you believe what you hear.
Well, let's say we try to we lie again about doing it.
Okay, I get you. Go.
And it explodes because obviously we can't go past the firmament.
Yeah.
Do you think they would just kill those people,
No, that's not going to happen.
They would think they would disappear?
No, I don't think no real human beings like us, even billionaires, can pretend to even go up there and pretend to fake it or not fake it. It's the way it is. It's compartmentalized. It's NASA. They rule over SpaceX, JAXA, RASA. They're the leaders of it all, and they got these little. And I think SpaceX blew up on purpose because no one was believing NASA. People were questioning NASA from 2014 and on. People were NASA holding to the fire, and they're like, "Dude, what the fuck are we gonna do?" Like everyone sees our glitches, our harnesses. Everyone sees these fuck ups. Justin Harvey in this film, the guy that was going after the Florida Board of Commissions for NASA in the, you guys saw the ISS, it's viral. So that clip's viral, that's in the film. But he went to the county board meeting, one of those people do for COVID all the time, right? He went there to talk ISS and let them, they were shocked because they had no idea how to respond. But guess what happened? I'm proud to announce. We made NASA respond. They had to. Associated Press released a press release last week, I think, give or take a few days, that said, "Oh no, there's a claim that false claim, fact check, that they film everything under the water, and here's NASA's spokesperson to talk about it. Oh no, we train underwater." So a whole thing on it, and this is before the film hit the public. The film was out on levelwithmefilm.com, and people were sharing it and clips and stuff, so they knew about the film, but this was already viral. So they go, we have to respond. And they did. We made Associated Press, got a hold of them for a response. They responded. World Star's sharing it. All these people are sharing it. It's too
World
late.
Star.
I'm just saying in general.
They love this show on World Star.
You got to get all audiences on board here because I want copycats. I want people just like all these people are going out for the COVID stuff, which is very important. Don't stop doing that. But we need people to go and question why there's $330 billion a year stolen from taxpayers for nothing. For nothing. Now, Johnny, you might be more in the middle than anyone in the room. So that's why I'm going to pick on you for one thing.
Okay.
Because you might be more actually in the middle than these two. I think these two are flat. They don't want to say it. You're probably actually in the middle, which most of awakened people are, in my opinion. They know about the jabs. They know about 9/11. You're right. Yeah, you don't know about flat Earth. Yeah, it's fine. But for you, like you have to ask yourself deep down, do you have any self-evidence of a spinning ball?
Well, no, that's where I'm at. I want science on. I want science on your side now. Okay. I want that. That's what I want. I want the experiments. And if I see experiments that I can understand, I'll believe it, of course. I mean, I wouldn't even call it belief. We
don't got to pull it up now. Watch the film on your own time. We prove electrostatics. We prove we can manipulate things going up or down with a positive and negative charge. And that's exactly how you make extraterrestrial crafts. They have to go off electrostatics. That's why they can move on a dime. It's electrostatics. Tesla talked about it. Everybody talked about it.
Talk to me about that because that's a big Not necessarily UFO stuff, but we'll get into UFO stuff. So my argument with Brian is density. Is something too light for gravity to control it. So it's a big argument, and if you it's so funny because Dylan, who is the board op guy on the show, sometimes he's anti-Cal and sometimes he's just right with Cal, and it usually gets when we're questioning science.
Sure.
Okay.
Trust the science. Yeah.
Right. So we're questioning science. And by the way, some guy on Apple comments like, "Stop talking about Kellen. We don't want to hear about." I'm like, why? Yeah. Because it's important to show. But we were discussing like
gravity.
Right, gravity, and if a balloon is too light for gravity, and everyone's like buoyancy, that's too light for the air, so the air pushes it up. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, if I'm in a river, right? Not in a river, I'm in a lake, and I have a ping pong ball that's all air, and I take it at the bottom. What's that ball going to do? It's going to float up. Why? Because buoyancy pushes it up. Yeah. Now, if I'm in a river and I do that, and I release the ball's going to go up, but what else is the ball going to do? It's going to go with the flow of the river. Johnny, jump in here whenever you want. If we're hurling at, 17,000 miles an hour?
Well, 1,000 miles an hour, X amount around the sun, and then 500,000 miles through the galaxy. 4 different motions.
Yeah. So if we're going to 1,000 miles, if we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, right? Yeah. Why doesn't that ball just take right off? Even if it's buoyancy.
Well, why wouldn't when you're on a when you're flying at 500 miles an hour on a plane and you throw a ball up in the air? Why doesn't it just zoom to the? Because it's compartmentalized. That's right, but that's what they say about the planet Earth. That we're
really. Where's your barrier, Johnny?
No, I don't. I'm not. Yeah. I'm just telling you what the mainstream defense. I know
you're totally right.
Yeah, but it's a vacuum of space. You just got this ball in a vacuum.
But they're going to say the atmosphere is the the barrier.
It makes no sense. And like, dude, again, I don't know what it is. I know Hibbeler knows what it is, but I for the sake of just going, I don't know,
man. Do you know what it is, Hibbeler? Do you know?
No. Where we live? No, I have a good. I have a good understanding of where we live. This realm is, and the way it's constructed, and why they would lie about it. There's so many reasons why they would lie. I think number one is hiding more real estate, more resources, more land.
You guys say that. So how far away you know where Australia is, right?
Yes.
How far is the next property that you guys are talking about?
How far would it be?
The next land, yeah, like how far
Yeah, you would
away?
probably, a standard civilian would need to fly over. I would say maybe 3-4 hour flight, because Admiral Byrd did the same thing past South America, and then when he got, because they didn't even know it was over there. This is before there's treaties or NASA or anything, and Byrd's like, yeah, there's another continent the size of North America over there, guys. So they killed him right away, and they start NASA. Then they start the treaty. So the timeline is the most specific timeline to prove to everyone exactly why they did it and how they did it. And how did they come up with in 1920, Johnny, Universal movies, when you hit play on all movies, was the globe spinning, just like now. Yeah. How'd they know? What do you know what it looks like? You didn't go up there till 69, bro. Like, how do you know what it looks like? They never even changed it. It's the same thing. It's more 3D now in the movies, but it's this thing that, in my opinion, the Rockefellers, the Masons, the whoever, the demons, whatever, they're like, dude, we can't allow people to know how powerful and free they are and free to travel everywhere. How could you control 7 continents if pretend there's 3,000 continents? How could you control 7 of them when they just be like, fuck you, I'm going over there. We're going to go over there.
We're the North Korea of this whole thing.
We're the center of it all, though, in my opinion. We're the center of everything.
But why would the people on the outside...
Yeah, I know what you mean by
come
that.
Here? Why wouldn't they come here?
Why wouldn't they come here?
Fuck with us.
Maybe the same reason we can't go there.
So we're North Korea.
We're North Korea.
Like we just said, we're North Korea. We're not allowed in, we're not allowed out.
It's very possible. Well, think about the Grenada Treaty with Eisenhower. You guys know about the treaty?
Why don't you tell us about? I know about, but tell him about.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm not a expert on it by any means, but as far as I know, he signed a deal with someone else. another type of humanoid, another type of race.
Okay.
In exchange for goods and whatever, but probably humans and babies and whatever else. Now, here's the kicker with that whole Grenada Treaty. I never really tinkered with it until my buddy Dave Wise started talking about this Kiribati Island. That's what got my interest.
Kiribati Island?
Kiribati Island.
That even sounds fun.
Yeah, I just want to go get weird there, bro.
Kiribati Island. Okay.
How do you spell that? You got to spell.
Oh God, I'm bad with that too.
Yeah.
It'll.
He just went to. You look so thin. You look like Andrew Tate right now.
He's not that thin, is he?
Yeah, but you look like
he was at the gym today. It's a healthy thin.
No, he wasn't at the gym. He was.
No, I really was though.
You were?
Yeah, it's Tuesday. I've been back for a couple days.
Okay. All right.
But the Grenada Treaty.
Yeah, that's the Grenada Treaty. Again, this is Associated Press. They probably got a statement from Eisenhower, so I'm not going to believe this one. But at the same time, yeah, it's there. There's speculation regarding it, but I don't really speculate that much with this stuff, man. It kind of all syncs together. It all makes sense. If something makes sense and there's 100 red flags all pointing to the same speculation, is it really speculation anymore? It's like, no, it has to be because I can't physically go there. It has to be speculation, and I respect that. But it doesn't mean it's overall speculating. You got too many red flags saying they're hiding tons of land and other humans. You look at the mixed melting pot of human beings in our world now. We always wonder, where they come from? We all look different. Yeah, well, where do we all actually come from? And why are we all shoved in this world together? Where do we come from? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do know that they're lied about our history. Everybody knows about Tartaria and everything else surrounding it. Tartaria is just the general synopsis of that, okay? It's not everything. But we know about the lost history. We know about these giants, these giant doorways, giant stairs. Never taught this in school. Why not? Well, I mean, there's probably many reasons why they withhold stuff from us, from the public. But when you do your own research and you can start putting these pieces together, there's 100% more land, period. But nobody cares. They just found 7,000 new islands in our world. Japan announced, you could Associated Press that shit all day. 7,000 islands discovered. No one fucking cares. They're outside with their Writers Guild. So that's 7,000 new islands just found, just discovered in our known world.
What's considered?
No one cares.
Google that.
It just died. But what's considered an island? Like how big would an island? Because I'm assuming if there's a little fucking a piece of rock outside the ocean, there
I'm pretty sure you have to have a certain size to call
that's
something
what I'm wondering,
an island, right? I'm wondering too. I don't know.
Because to find 7,000 of them, I'm assuming that's a lot of fucking land. Then
even if 7,000 of them were 20 square miles, that's still a lot of land that has never been discovered. Okay, Truman. That's why my favorite part of the Truman Show is. What do you want to be when you get older, Truman? I want to be an explorer when I get older. The teacher pulled the world map down of 7 continents and said, "You're too late. Everything's already been explored."
This is like the story where the Pentagon found $3 billion through an accounting error to give the Ukraine. Japan has recounted its islands and discovered that it has 7,000 more than it previously thought. Amazing.
They think we're stupid. And the problem is, what happens is people are just so busy, they just keep moving on. And they literally have to be told, you're upset about this. And then they're like, I'm upset. But then they're like, yeah, man, we just found 7,000 new islands. Oh, okay, that's great.
Well, that's the thing. Technically speaking, why would the mainstream masses, the regular people in the world, why would they even care at this point? It doesn't tie into anything that it ties in with me, right? There's no connection there.
Right.
With soft disclosure like this, there's no connection. They have no idea of what that means or what it applies to or how do you add 7,000 more islands to a globe? Where do you put them, right? They don't even, it's just like, well, that's cool. And they move on, right? They move on because the news ain't talking about it. No one's talking about it. So, but it's there. It's you know, whether you call it revelation of method, whether you call it truth in plain sight, we are going to be alive, guys, for the disclosure of more continents and more land. In our lifetime, we will be. It's coming.
Like how long? Like 20?
10 years. I think 10 years max.
By the government disclosure, or you mean
it could be humanity, but even as, you know, Russia right now, I mean, this is rumored. I don't have verifiable evidence. I see
we don't
tons
need
of
that on this show.
I know. I see. Well, I don't like talking none but truth, but the verifiable there are verifiable reports out there that Russia's pulling out of the Antarctic Treaty now. So if they're pulling out of the Antarctic Treaty, that means legally every civilian that lives in Russia can fly over the wall and go look. Legally, I'm not saying they're going to allow it. Everyone's on radar, obviously. It's a flat water, guys. They can see 2,000 miles across the ocean. The Navy emits to 200 miles across the ocean. What is it, going around the ball and then hitting the target? Cool. So they could see you coming from very far away. You're not just going to be able to why don't you, Hibbeler, just go on a boat and go. It's a death sentence. Because it's illegal. It's not like it's legal and I'm being a bitch about it. It's illegal, right? It's like, hey, go trespass Area 51.
Come on, Hibbeler, you pussy.
Yeah.
Go prove it.
The problem is Area 51 is less secure than the Antarctic border.
Yeah,
There's no
100%.
way. They're sending fighter jets once you're even in a 1,000-mile radius of 60th parallel. They're coming. What are you doing? Turn the fuck around.
Yeah.
Period. I put it in the next level. These guys were barely even hitting those south parallels, but they were still traveling south. Who are you? Turn the fuck around. You can't keep going this way.
Rogan was like, oh, dude, I know a guy who went across Antarctica. And I'm like,
oh, across Antarctica.
I go, dude, Antarctica's huge.
He knew Captain Cook?
No, who was that
That's
hiker,
a joke.
Right?
No, Captain Cook was the first guy to chart and travel around Antarctica. Now, this is public information. This is not from conspiracies.com, everyone listening. Public information.
What's wrong with conspiracies? And who owns that, by the way?
That's a great URL.
Might as well look it up. But real quick, for your audience, Captain Cook charted his navigation, circumnavigation of Antarctica. Now, if you're a glober, by any means of the stretch, I'll actually help you out here. I'll give you 12,000 miles. I'm being nice. He must have charted 12,000 miles around the bottom of the basketball, right? Because the equator's what, 24,000 miles, Johnny? Right? 24?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Equator's 24,000 miles, which is the biggest part of that sphere, right? The bottom would be, I'll just say 12. I'm going to give him 12. 12,000 miles to go around that little cum stain on the bottom of the ball. Right?
Jesus.
But Captain Cook actually did it, but he charted over 60,000 miles. Wait, you chart over 60,000 miles around the bottom of the ball. So
what does that mean exactly?
Huh?
What does that mean exactly?
That he went around the Earth and the mileage he charted. He couldn't get into Antarctica by ship because it's an ice wall. We can't get through. There's no inlands right there. I'm sure the inlands are seasonal. I don't know how that works, but he couldn't get in. So he charted. He's not a flat earther. He's not a conspiracy theorist, but then he's charting a map. They asked him to circumnavigate Antarctica. No one's done it. He came back and said, 60,000 miles later, I can't get in. Think about it, XG. The bottom of the ball is that little cum stain, Antarctica, right? Right,
Yeah.
which there's no photos of Antarctica from space whatsoever. They're all cartoons. You zoom in on Google Earth, it's all blurred and blacked.
Even
Can't
Google
see it.
Earth won't make a realistic representation.
You can't because it's the circumference
blocked
of
out.
it's the circumference. It's what's holding in our world oceans. It's holding it in. You have to contain water. Have water in your bathtub without your tub. It doesn't make any sense.
I totally agree with you.
You have to contain water, so that's the container. So Captain Cook traveled 60,000 miles around, so can't get in. The bottom of the basketball would be 12,000 max. He would go, it took me 12,000 miles and I can't get in, or whatever. I'm sure you could get in if it was just an island, a frozen island. What do you mean you can't get in? You can climb up and go. No, but he couldn't do it. These giant ice shelves,
What
he
about
called them.
centrifugal force in water?
In what sense? What do you mean?
That what they're trying to say, and this is not my point. I'm just bringing up things I've heard when I've brought up that gravity might not be real, is that the centrifugal force of the ball spinning so fast keeps everything in perfectly, even though we don't feel that we're moving.
That's a cool story, though.
I mean,
I know. I have no comment on it because this is just a cool story that someone said.
What about the tides? What about the tides, the ocean tides? Isn't that...
You're talking about like the saltwater tides move,
how
but the non-saltwater tides don't move?
Yeah, I mean, is there anywhere else?
Because the moon is electric, the sun's electric, and the water is the
conduit.
Salt water. Yeah, exactly. The salt water. So the very small and electric-filled sun and the very small and electric-filled light of the moon are circling our Earth. So as it circles over right above our ocean, as you see the spotlight there and the line to hit your face, because it's coming right to your eyesight, it's right there. It'd be bent over a curve. There would be no... Anyways, the sun and moon are going around electrically around our head. It's moving the salt tides with it because it's right fucking there. And it's the electricity touching the salt water. The non-salt water bodies of water aren't moving. So for me, it's like, explain that on a globe in a heliocentric model, why only the salt water moves because of a moon. A dusty, dirty rock is affecting that. A dusty, dirty rock is affecting water. I want an explanation. I've never heard one. Not only that, but the sunlight is shining on a dusty, dirty rock, absorbing it, and it's shooting it back down to Earth millions of miles, and you can read a book by it.
You believe
you have a
it's-
shadow.
And you believe it's a rock?
No,
not hollow.
Not at all. I don't believe
that
it's a rock at all. I'm telling you, the official narrative is a rock. It's a dense, dirty rock that's absorbing sunlight and shooting it back down to us, which makes absolutely no sense. It's its own light. I have no idea what it is. If anyone thinks they know what it is, they're lying. Period. If anyone thinks they know what the sun is, they're lying. All we know is that it's electric.
So it
They're
doesn't.
electric.
So the sun doesn't reflect on the moon like the way they say.
Not even a little bit. It actually makes no sense when you think about it.
Then why can they see it with the camera? They can see the holes.
See the what? Say it again.
They can see the holes of the moon, the craters.
Okay, so who told you? Who told you they were called
seen
craters?
a lot of holes lately.
But
so.
who told you that there was Who told you those are called craters? I'm just wondering.
I mean, NASA.
School. No, I mean
Yeah.
probably school. NASA probably definitely backs that
What do you
up.
think they are?
I have no idea.
But
no idea, man. If people don't understand that, you also have no idea
it's a
what
giant
that
golf ball.
thing is.
You think it's a golf ball?
Yeah, huge golf ball.
I do know that it projects its own light, and it's cold light. Okay, the sun is projecting electricity in a hot form, and the moon is projecting electricity in a cold form. Sounds like a designer designed that. I'm just throwing it out there. Definitely a creator in that sense, where it's like that's going to be cold, that's going to be warm. And the problem is people throw up these lunar eclipse and be like, "Oh, lunar eclipse, explain." The lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. You don't even see the moon before, during, or after. You don't see the moon
Let
in
me
the
ask
sky.
you something.
Yes,
Let me ask you something.
I love questions.
So the whole thing is like what you see it all the time, the meme. This is how flat earthers think Japan attacked Pearl Harbor.
Mhm.
And it's like some weird
Sure,
like,
pull up a Gleason's map if anyone can.
Sure.
Just a standard map that was in every public library till the 60s, by the way.
Okay, let me see it.
So watch the regular flat earth map. No map is perfect. I don't trust any map
I don't need
because
it.
it's a human being that charted it. But this was the universal map that was taught everywhere. So if you pull that up, you'll see where Pearl Harbor sneaks up on America. Where's Japan?
It's right over there, yeah.
So you just draw a straight line. Very easily snuck. I don't understand. And I hear that joke too. I don't get what they even mean by them. Like, what do you, they just went to America. What I don't it's easily
Johnny?
look at all this water here. That's very easily snuck up.
That's New Zealand right there.
No, I think it was up here.
Japan. That's Japan.
Yeah, that's Japan.
I'm saying-
I thought you were pointing at New
No,
Zealand.
my bad. It's probably my hand angle. It's right here, straight
Yeah.
down.
And that,
No, right there.
is, like,
Hawaii
right
should be
there.
somewhere right there. It doesn't even have to go all the way to California.
Does
Yeah.
Australia exist?
Yes, yes, Australia exists.
Good one.
Australia is much, much bigger than we're led to believe.
And then
Much bigger.
you say you don't trust
How about
any.
Africa? That's way bigger too.
Yeah, Africa is much bigger, especially the current world maps. And the problem is that most of the world maps in the, from I'd say 1920, 1910 on, they started deleting all the land masses where the North Pole is. There used to be 4 continents there. All the charted maps, 1700s, 1800s, just regular people charted maps. There's 4 continents surrounding the North Pole. And then they're the ones that charted a magnetic mountain there, Mount Meru. They're the ones that said it. All these, but now you get nothing on Google Earth. They don't even put an ice sheet. When we were little, it used to be an ice sheet. It was just ice. They just made documentaries, people freezing. We're at the North Pole. How'd they get home? Can I see that? Wouldn't it be exactly the same as hard to get there than to get home?
Wait up. So you say you don't trust any map. Why don't you trust that map? What's wrong
one?
with that map, the Gleason map that we just had?
Look.
No, it's not that there's something wrong with it. It's that I have to take another human being's word for it, and I don't. It's like I don't know. It's hard to trust any map because there's so many maps. The Himawari. I'm gonna fuck this up. Everyone's gonna get me for this. Himawari map. It's a Japanese map they found in a Buddhist temple.
Listen, you said that better than at least 2 people on the show, so
It's
don't worry about
a 1,000-year-old map that they found in a Buddhist temple, locked away, broke it open, fucking old map. There's 30 continents plus on there. And our continents are at the center. Well, what's that about? Why don't we even hear? That's the thing. more land. They're hiding more land has only really surfaced since 2014 and up. No one has talked about this before then. This information war, this spiritual war, this great awakening, if you want to call it that. I think the Great Awakening started on 9/11, in my opinion. I think that's the day that actually made people think logically or think like I'm going to get 4 jabs soon.
Beginning of it, for sure.
Is this it? This right here? This map? Is this?
No,
this,
right here.
This guy. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's fascinating. It does seem that there has been, since we were all born, a really concerted effort to make sure we understand that the era of discovery and exploration is long over. There's nothing new to discover.
Nothing to see. Chill.
But they just discovered 7,000 new islands.
Yeah, I just
funny,
you
though,
could have done it, Johnny, but they did.
Like, imagine believing that. Oh man, we just discovered 7,000 new islands.
Just today,
You're like,
yeah. Whoa.
What? What do you mean? Nobody went and got weird on any of those islands
ever?
This map is really
no, but here now you have this up, so I can show you Kiribati. Kiribati Island. You could pull it up on Google Earth if you'd like. It's odd, dude. It's the smallest sandbar. By the way, China and the United States of America give them over, I think, $10 billion a year each or something like that. Ridiculous amounts of money. The smallest. I'm talking like a 30-mile island, dude. Billions of dollars coming in. What is it? Well, Dave Weiss has done research for the last 8 months on this fucking island, and what it is, it's a fucking trading route to another continent. There's no, we didn't even want to say that out loud.
Kiribati. Where is it?
Kiribati
Am I spelling this right? Is it this right? Kiribati? Is that it?
It might be K-E-R or K-A-R. It's a really weird spelling.
Well, this is, I mean,
that's what came up?
Yeah, this is something for sure. I just don't know if that's,
okay.
Do you think?
Zoom out. The only way I'll know is if you zoom out.
Okay. Okay. It's like near Samoa and Fiji and Tonga and all that shit.
Okay, then never mind. Zoom all the way in on it. I have to. So I'm used to seeing it on the Google Earth, the 3D sphere-looking bullshit CGI composite thing, and then it's just you zoom in on it on Google Earth, and it zooms in on this little sandbar. And my point of it is they're throwing billions and billions and billions of dollars to this one island that none of us have heard about before this, right? Where's it going? So what Dave Weiss said is he looked at the public, domain where they list every boat, who's on the boat, captain's name, where it's going, what's on the boat. It's all public information. Every boat going anywhere, Long Beach boats, who's on there, what's in there, that you see it, right? You could chart it where it's going. These boats are traveling the way to go to the outer lands on the public eye, right? So you'd see that white little down wall on the U.S. map, on the world map, and the boat ends up in the middle of Antarctica. Well, how did it get there? Did it navigate on top of the ice for hundreds of miles and then they dropped off their goods over there? No, that's not the case. There's no other explanation for the Kiribati trading route than they're going.
Okay, this can't be it then, because this Kiribati is a chain. It looks like that's why it wasn't showing us one thing.
No,
so
it's
it
not.
Must
then.
be something else. Okay.
Has nothing to do with the UK either. Well, I mean, I don't know how to spell it, man. I believe it's K-A.
Could it be Kirimati? Is that possible? Because that's something.
Dude, Kiribati.
Does that look like it right there?
Yes, actually.
That is. Okay.
Yeah, Kiribati. That's what I said. K-I-R-A-B-A-T.
Kirimati.
Oh, my bad. So I've been saying it wrong this whole fucking time. I hope I'm right that it's Kirimati.
No, you're right though. Look, it's spelled differently on here.
Okay.
That's interesting. It's the Kirimati Atoll, and then you have it spelled Kiribati on the map. That's strange. And look at the names of these little offshoots here: Paris, Poland, London.
If you go back to that map, the Buddhist map, where Kiribati is on that map, obviously Dave Weiss has all these graphics and all the locations. I don't right now, but Kiribati would be somewhere around there, and they're going to that little island to the right.
One?
Yes, 90% sure. Dave will kill me if I'm wrong. But either way, they're going to one of those. You could take a straight line on the flat Earth map, of course. You do the globe map. It's all over the place. You can't even chart. But you take a line where they're navigating to this ship from Kiribati. It's in the middle of nowhere. Huh. So on a globe, they're just ending up in Antarctica in the middle of nowhere. Well, how the fuck did you get there from ocean to ice and you're all the way the fuck over there? How are you traveling in your boat there? So these guys are going from Kiribati Island to the outer lands. Who knows what they're doing? I think people need to get on board with this island because we can go there. There's no treaty to not go to Kiribati Island and see what the fuck is going on.
How long do you think it would take us to get there?
It is in the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty sure it'd be at least a 10-hour boat ride.
There?
As far as Dave has researched, I looked into it a little. It looks like just a trading route. It's a very small island. There's not much to do there.
Why is there just looking like there's cauliflower everywhere? What is that?
Because it's really not populated. There's a small section where they come, they bring their ships. Who knows what's on there? Who knows what they're dropping off? Who knows what they're bringing? It's not even about going to the island. It's about where are they going when they leave. Because on the public chart that anyone could see, they're ending up in the middle of nowhere in Antarctica. Well, how do you get there on a boat? You'd have to stop and get out and fly or something. They're ending up in the middle of nowhere in Antarctica, so that means that this is an island that has a trade route that goes to one of these outer continents. Period. There's no other explanation for it, Sam. None. If there's no explanation, I'd love to hear it. I've been looking for a long time. Where else could they be going? I don't understand it, man. But I think for someone like Brian Callen to really get on board with the truth, it's going to be hard because he's been in that circle of indoctrination and the people, all the butts in his ears are watching CNN.
Yeah.
So even Brian can. I'm not calling him out. I'm saying he could even say, "I don't watch CNN." Yes, you do. Everyone you talk to is telling you what they said today.
Yeah,
and you're regurgitating it all the time.
I agree. I wholeheartedly
In his
agree.
defense, he has traveled all over the world.
Oh, that's fine. What does that have to do with it? Okay, so what's his argument? I traveled all over the world, so that means what? Where's his argument with that?
Well, his argument is like everybody's argument. Why would they lie to us?
Did he say he saw the curve out the window?
Yeah, everybody says that.
Does he know that the high priest?
You know, it's like Michael
denied that?
Bisping's like, my brother's a pilot.
Okay.
You know,
fill in the blank. I mean, what comes after that? My brother's a pilot. What does that
and
mean?
he's been flying. These are the routes that they fly. This is based off a ball.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love to have his brother put his money where his mouth is. We've had debates with pilots. They come on our side every time. They don't. Some pilots are indoctrinated, just like the magazine lady over at NASA. She just works there. Okay, but these guys are doing autopilot nowadays. There is no navigation understanding of anything. It's all autopilot. It's provided to you by a fucking gyroscope in the plane. A simple old gyroscope. Nothing technological about that thing. They have to keep it level. So if you're going over a level horizontal plane, that means you're leveling your flight. You're flying in a straight line. But if you're flying over a sphere, you have to be curving dipping your nose down at all times. And they will admit, every pilot, even his brother, will at least hopefully admit this. They never curve the nose down, ever.
Yeah, that's the craziest part, right? Johnny, thoughts?
No thoughts.
Johnny, you got to have
I
a
am curious
thought.
that the experiment at the end of that bullshit documentary, can that be done to demonstrate flat Earth?
Yeah, go look up Taboo Conspiracy and FE Core. They've done laser tests longer than the mockumentary that they tried to get out there. I'm saying Taboo Conspiracy, FE Core. I don't even know them personally, but I know that they have done these tests multiple times, but they're small YouTube channels, right? So no one's ever going to see any of these tests.
Talking about this one right here?
Oh, dude, I'm talking about any of them are going to be better than Behind the Curve Netflix. That's something
and
that
I
they
want
were
to
jacking.
see. I wish that legitimate. Are there any? And correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like most scientists in the mainstream are afraid to get into debates about these things. Am I right about that? Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to see more of that, more courageous.
Austin Whitsitt is your guy for that. He's on Rockfin too. Whitsitt gets it. He has debated real professors from real universities, prestigious universities. Someone like Brian Callen would be like, well, my buddy works at this university and he's a teacher and he's a professor. He knows. Okay, tell him to debate Austin Whitsitt. Because Austin Whitsitt scrapes the floor with these professors.
He's on Rockfin?
Yes, enough to where they might want to resurface their education system and what they're teaching, because Austin's bringing
that will never happen.
Austin, that's the goal, though. He's also we're going to start auditing NASA. We got thousands of people signed up. NASA's going to be shut down within 10 years. Mark my words. Damn. Shut down, dissolved. It's over. They can't keep lying to the public. And someone like Brian, this is one thing I wanted to say to him, if he's listening, or if you could share this with him.
Okay.
If you think that the Earth is a sphere, and NASA has aircrafts and they test them over a sphere, and they test them for the rotation of the Earth, and they have to make sure it's going over a curve, and all of these documents would be a legal document in a form, right? You have to have legal documents that back up what you're doing. You can lie to anyone WWE style and get away with it. We all know that. But you can't lie in legal documents. And they don't, Brian. They fucking tell you, Brian, that they test everything over a flat, stationary, non-rotating Earth. Why would they put that? Why would NASA put it in all their documents? It's a flat, non-rotating, stationary Earth. They test their aircrafts over. Everything they do is flat, non-rotating, flat, non-rotating. Why would NASA admit that in their documents? Why would the military admit that in their documents? Why would the CIA admit it in their documents? Why are these documents out for the public? You can go see them. You could be lazy all you want and say, flat Earth. But guess what? Your fucking homies NASA, your homies the military, everyone, every single homie that you have that's backing you with this ball, Brian, they are on my side legally. Documented, they're on my side. It's because they cannot lie in legal forms because then someone like me would fucking take them for every cent that they stole from us. But they won't allow that. If I took them to court and said, you're lying to the American public since 1959, then they came out, and you took billions and trillions of dollars from us all, and you lied about it all, they'll say, "Yeah, well, no, we never said that it. We never said that it was a sphere. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Find legal documents that state we said that the Earth is a rotating ball. Find us legal documents, and I'd say, you know what, NASA, you're right. I can't. Damn, you won, and that's how they get away with it. It's because no one wants to even. They don't want to hear me. They don't want to hear flat earthers. I get that. That's your prerogative. You have an ego check. You got to check your ego at the door, man. This is an information where you're losing if you think it's a ball anymore. But at the same time, go look at NASA. Go look at who you like and who you think is not lying to you for every cent that comes from taxpayers.
What do you think space is?
There is no space, man.
What is it?
What's above us?
Yeah.
Water.
That's it. Why can't that be considered space?
You mean actual H2O or something liquid?
Nah, like an H3, like the densest form of hydrogen possible, impenetrable, just like the oceans underneath. Mike,
No, hold on. I'm not talking about the firmament. I'm talking about above that.
No, above that, I don't know. No human being knows. That's the thing. No one knows that.
Is this water?
What? Air?
This, yeah.
It's a form of water. Yes, correct. It is a form of water in a sense.
Yeah,
the air around us.
Like
That's why
a fish doesn't think the water. It's water. We don't think this is our water, it's air. We call it air, but it could be water to us. A fish could think this is water to them.
Yeah, and that's why we can't try to look go under the pool, a big pool. You're in a hotel pool or something. You're swimming. Look under. How far down can you see? Not that far, right? Kind of starts blurring, right? You're looking through water. Well, when you get out of the water and you go outside of the beach and you go, how far can you see? You're still looking through water. So 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles. No, you're supposed to only a 6-foot man, depending on this is globe math now, Johnny. This is not anything else.
Johnny, listen.
No, I'm saying this is globe math. This is public. NASA, anyone will say yes, 8 inches per mile squared. That's the curvature rate. That's the universally curvature rate. Has to be with the radiuses they give us.
I apologize. I did come up with that math, and I apologize. I'm sorry to everybody.
Thank you. So this is the first time Johnny's admitted he's been wrong.
That's all right.
On this
8
show.
inches. Listen though, 8 inches per mile squared. Right. That means if you're a 6-foot tall man at the beach, looking out to the horizon, that there's a 6-foot drop 3 miles out based on that math. So at 3 miles, you cannot see anything past that ever. Doesn't matter who you are. You're 6 foot tall, 6 foot off the ground. You can only see 3 miles down. We've seen things 100 miles down with our own eyes. We've seen things hundreds and hundreds of miles down with consumer optics that zoom in.
I got what
happens
you're
is
saying.
the ground and the sky meet. Okay, again, form of water, clouds, everything. You know, we all know those clouds are not in the distance, right? Touching the ground. When you look out and you see the clouds on the ground by the horizon, they're 10,000 feet above there, right?
Right.
Well, we can all agree on that.
We can't.
They meet. The ground and the sky meet. That's it. You can't see any farther. You're not Superman. You can barely see a few blocks down the street when you're driving, right?
Right.
So you're not Superman. You can't keep seeing. But we have optics now, P900s, P1000s. You zoom in, it opens up. And now you start seeing everything the fuck down there. People walking. It's flat.
God, I'd love to get you. What do you think of that Professor Dave guy? I'd love to get you guys in a room together.
Professor Dave?
Yeah.
He's already outed himself that he's not a professor. He pays for scripts. He's an agent, bro.
There's something really weird about
Johnny,
that guy.
you like
I totally
agents,
agree.
bro.
No,
I didn't say I like the guy.
Johnny, I need to send you the video. He's already admitted on air. This is before he got real popular too. That he's not a professor, bro,
Did you
at
think
all.
Weiss did well on there though?
No, it was
setup,
of
right?
course it was a setup.
David Weiss is great.
Yes.
If I could give Dave any advice, is don't get too emotional.
How do you
early.
not when every 5 minutes when you're going to make a point in the debate? Oh yeah, okay, fag. Oh bullshit.
Right,
Yeah, good
right.
luck with that. I mean,
But-
interrupting him.
This guy
I know.
plays so dirty. He really
But
does.
Terrible.
but he doesn't listen. He's great. I love Dave. This is not anti-Dave
Fuck
discussion
him.
right here.
It is for me.
No,
Fuck
no,
him.
not Dave. I'm not,
he's talking
Dave
about
Weiss. My bad.
Dave Weiss.
I love
Sorry.
Dave Weiss.
My bad. All right.
I love
yes, I
Dave
do
Weiss.
too. He's a great guy.
Yeah, fuck him. Look.
Sorry, I thought you
No, I
meant
was
not
like, where's
Professor
that guy
Dave.
going?
No, my bad, Sam.
But we've seen these debates, and even in debates here, he gets emotional very quickly. When in reality, he
passion.
should just he is passionate.
It is passion.
But
No, I'm
there are
saying it's
times you got to
passion,
be
yeah.
like
You
Cool
do.
Hand Luke.
You do. I would never vote for myself. I'll fucking lose it. But there's one man I'd vote for. Someone wants to debate someone. I mean, meaning literally, Sam. Get Neil deGrasse Tyson here if you could, or someone like him, Austin Whitsitt. I would put every cent on. This guy would shit his pants and probably be suicided by next week if it's a celebrity.
Oh, let's not get anybody killed, bro.
No one's trying to, but I'm telling you,
that guy's the guy that Austin Whitsitt.
Austin Whitsitt, yeah. He is, by definition, people could talk shit all they want. He is a scientist. By definition, he proves his science. He does electrostatic testing.
look,
he's calling him out. No, he's calling him out. He's saying Professor
Because
Dave is scared.
you should play that. You know what? Never mind. There's a little
it's
clip.
2 hours, yeah.
There's a little clip he made with screenshots of Professor Dave pussying out. He's not going to debate Whitsitt. Just like Neil deGrasse Tyson won't debate Eric Dubay on Joe Rogan's show. Joe Rogan had it set, and Neil deGrasse Tyson said, "Dude, I am not doing that."
I couldn't.
Why wouldn't
agree
you
more.
do that? It's the globe, right? Who cares? Yeah. Well, you're not going to
I
debate
always
lose.
get asked to do debates, and I did them for a while, and then I realized that for me, what I was doing, I'd love to have them discuss Einstein and what a fraud Einstein is. But
I will recommend, I never done this, I never want to do it, especially when we're on the air, but I do recommend for your show, if you care about electrostatics, if you care about anti-gravity shit, there's no one else that I would ever refer to that besides him. Nobody. No one even close. That's why Professor Dave's a fucking scared little bitch, because he wants to jump on someone like Dave Weiss, a real nice guy, not a really debater, has facts, but he can't present his facts.
Dave is great. Dave is great. Dave Weiss is great.
Yes.
We're not like in any way anti-Dave. We're
No,
just
love
like,
Dave.
I've just watched him get in debates and he gets emotional. And I know that because I do it too. I get really like, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
he gets,
man,
because we have that passion, and Austin has the passion, but I feel like he can contain himself more where he's not going to get out of it. And Dave does a really good job. I'll tell you,
No,
shout out
Dave's
to
great.
Dave, because he works like a madman. He goes on everyone's show, from Stu Peters to like conservative shows, all these shows, and flat smacks them all. And now Stu Peters is fully flat. All these people are waking up, and the masses, the NASA, all these elites, they can't stop people from waking up.
Flat smacks him.
You can't.
I love that. He flat smacks him.
He did. But
flat smacks.
here's the thing,
Flat
though.
smack.
The one thing they can't stop is people actually waking up internally to anything, any truth. You can't stop. They can just hope to contain you with something. And what has NASA done in the last 10 years to impress you? To make, even Johnny specifically, what have they done to impress you, to make you go, you know what, Eddie, Hibbler, all them fucking,
NASA?
they're idiots. They're look what NASA did this year. This is
NASA's
obviously
bailed out
real.
of space altogether. I mean, it really lends credence to your point, because they're going from a taxpayer accountable government agency to these private companies who have no accountability to taxpayers. You know, they're kind of letting them take over space.
Well, it's a privatization where there's less rules.
That's what I'm. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Where it's
and
like
there's
you don't have to play by
no
these
oversight.
rules.
Like, we don't get to see their
It's kind
data.
of like when intelligence agencies ask other governments that don't have the human rights rules that we do to take these guys so they can torture them.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, and it's also, they can't, because we're in a time now where they can't pull we lost all the flight recorder data from all the missions to the moon. Weird. They can't do that anymore. So
Like,
obviously it's going to have to be private.
Well, it's like when Jim Brewer on the point I made that he liked, which was like, they're like, yeah, well, it's just it's gonna be too hard to go back to the moon. Why bother? But we really gotta get to Mars. And you're like, okay, let's just skip the closest thing and go to the other thing. It's like all you have to do is if you go, all you have to go is who gets money, who gets the power, and you go into every single conspiracy with that. It all starts to make sense.
Yeah. Well, it does, and that's the thing. It takes effort to undo what the globe did to us as children. It's a form of Santa, and I never finished this from before, and I'll end on this. The actual Santa ball that we're taught in school, you have no choice but to accept it, bro. You have no choice as a child. You already think Santa's real. You already believe in the Tooth Fairy and then the Easter Bunny and all the shit. No, whatever. Not for me if I had kids, but if you have kids, you want to do all that shit, it's up to you. I wouldn't, but it's up to you. But
you wouldn't do Santa with them?
No, none of that shit. Sorry, no. Not doing it. No, we can have fun. We can have fun on Christmas. We could go do something because the world's doing it. We could do something, but I'm not. I'm only going to give in a little. You know what I mean?
Like,
and eventually, I'll probably.
What about Flat Earth Santa? What about if you explain it? He can get to everybody's house because the Earth is flat.
Well, that's why they created Santa because they didn't want you hearing about the real North Pole.
At what age? You can't have that weirdo kid that doesn't believe in Santa in kindergarten.
There's certain society norms.
Yes, you can, bro.
That I would love. Well, Jews. I mean, Jews are like that.
Yeah, but the kids still believe in Santa. They watch Santa movies. What do you
Okay,
not know?
granted.
We're gonna
All right.
act like Santa
Let's
doesn't
pretend like
exist.
that's- there's nothing wrong with
He
it.
talks about blue pills his kid until. But
Nothing wrong with lying to your children, I guess. I don't know. I'm different. But the point I'm trying to make is this, though. When you hand the child a globe and say, this is legit, right? That's a model. This is the globe model. Everyone's used to seeing the model of the world in one photo. This is the whole world. Look, it spins, the whole world. So that's what you expect from Flat Earth. Where's your model? I want to see everything. You can't. You can't have a model. No one can chart all of the world, in my opinion. You can't go up more than 73 miles. Okay, so you could barely get a shot of your own state, right, in frame. And how are you supposed to get an entire scale model of Earth in frame when you can't get up that high? So no one's going to ever have an actual Earth model. We try our hardest. We try to line up real sunsets authentically with the turning of the sun and the tropics of the sun, and it matches perfectly. Santos Bonacci was a glober teaching syncretism and the cosmology, and he knew there was something wrong with it. It never synced up. It's too random to have these exact things happening every 36 years, every 15 years, every 3 years. This happens. But this is a spiral out of control. But he still taught it. And then once he found the flat earth, once he found the truth and understands it's stationary, boom, the light turned on in his head. And he, like most people won't do, admitted, I was wrong. I was teaching something.
We love to admit we're wrong on this show.
No, I'm saying most people won't, though, especially in a profession like that. You're not going to admit that everything you were just teaching was bullshit. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But he said, I had to admit it. And it's not forced. People need to get rid of their ego and what are people going to think about me if I say the earth is not a ball? If you don't like the term flat earth, I agree. They already fucked it up, man. They already pancake and spaced it. It's pretty much over. It's a done deal. Flat earth, oh, flat earth. Because the first thing they think of when someone goes, oh, flat earth, is a pancake in space. So they're reprogrammed.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard, but that's okay. But
just say we don't live on a ball. And if they say, yes, we do, say, what's your proof? They have none. You already won the conversation.
Why would they lie? How could they all lie? It's very simple.
Why would they lie? There's 300 continents on Earth. Don't lie about it.
Are waking up.
Just kidding. That's speculation. Sorry.
All the time to it because you can see with the vaccinations. I think people are waking up. I wish they would apply it to even the most simple children's vaccines.
Correct.
It's just so dumb.
Well, you know, that's the thing. We're in a war, man. So you're going to have one side of the table doing as they're told, and hopefully the other side of the table, our side of the table, is waking up by the day. No one's going back to you know, I go back. Now they were box cutters in the airplanes. No one goes back to official narratives once you wake up, right? It's rare. Do you know anyone that woke up to 9/11 or the moon landing, anything, and go, you know what? Never mind. There were box cutters.
Publicly, they could say, but
you guys have, not you, but Eddie Bravo was a huge alien guy, and he went back on that.
In what sense? Well, no, he says in my film that there definitely could be humanoids out that way, and out that way. Nothing coming from up there, and I agree.
He used to be a space guy. Yeah, he used to be a space guy, super space guy, Eddie Bravo, and that's why I got into it. And then now he's like, no, I was wrong. And that's when I was like, oh, shit.
That's my point.
He admitted it.
You can go to truth, and you're always going to stay locked in there for the rest of your life. You can never go back to the lie. And this world is waking up to all the lies because everything's a lie. So there's going to be so many different rabbit holes. But if your rabbit hole is a radio host or a talk show host or a celeb or a whatever you are, anyone, if you go, you know what? Damn, satellites are in balloons. Fuck, there is a treaty. Fuck, you can't go past the 60th. Fuck, Bird said there is more land. Fuck, Captain Cook went 60K around the... Oh, shit. I don't want to talk about it, though, because people will judge me. Then fuck you. That's my opinion. Fuck you, because you're the reason that the Antarctic Treaty will remain, and we will never be able to go explore again, because you have an ego, and you have a whatever empire you're trying to protect. Well, the empire's falling across the world right now. Fuck your empire, because everything is crumbling, but everything can be reversed if we can get the fuck out. Or we can all go march north and see what's really going on. The north is number one for me. But even if we just went past south, man, we need a couple million people.
What do you mean? Why is it number one for you? Because it's more accessible, you think?
I think it's the key to everything. I know if we saw more continents past the south, that's a good key, right? That's a huge thing. Even though there's 7,000 new islands, no one cares. But it's the thing. And the North Pole, if there's 4 continents in the North Pole and a magnetic mountain that's producing the Aurora Borealis, that's a sight to see. That means 100%. And again, Admiral Byrd had a diary about the North Pole, guys, and he said that there's giants there that greeted him. He said that there's a black sun down there that's projecting everything above us. These are stories, right? People could be like, blasphemy, that's just bullshit. Okay, can I go check? Can I go fucking check and see if he's lying? You can't. Oh, well, I don't think he's lying then. Sorry. Until I can legally go check the North and the South, it's all speculation, unfortunately, Sam. There's nothing I can do but say, I know I'm speculating here, but there's 1,000 red flags surrounding these speculations. How do we get people to care more? That's my issue. That's why I wake up every morning. How can I make people care more that they're hiding land, resources, probably other humans, and they're probably stealing our children and bringing them there? We can, as human beings, we can go get in a boat by the millions and go fucking take our world back and never come back to this tyrannical 7-centered continent.
This is the North Korea of this extended territories. The more and more you think about it, it's like North Korea. We don't know about anything outside of us.
True. And nothing comes in.
Nothing comes in.
What were you? I know you. It looks like you were going to hit on it in the film. What was your take on the weather balloons, the Chinese weather balloons?
Yeah, I mean that to me again. That's another form of soft disclosure. Okay. For this great awakening.
Not a mistake or an accident.
Yeah, well, they're shifting, like Eddie said too. I mean, they're shifting. What Google has, Google Loon Project, right? They're Satelloons. Yeah. They're trying to be public about it, so now they can go. Okay, we could stop.
Hold on. Loon Project?
Yeah, those are Satelloons that go up from Google.
So what's it called? Project Loons?
Or Project Loon, Loon. Yeah, so that's been going on for years now. Again, public.
And that's Google?
Google. Public information that they have Satelloons on, satellites on balloons. The reason they're doing it to me is they're kind of being
internet, Sam.
Yeah, they're kind of being public about it now because they know we know.
Yeah.
They know we know about them. There's no proof of a satellite, tin can, orbiting.
Dude, you're
anything.
So right. Look at this.
Ever.
Holy shit, bro.
And Sam, you need to watch the film because
something called Loon Limited Corporation, basically, dude. Loon.
And they claim it's for
across the globe.
Internet, yeah.
Sorry, I read the first line.
Oh my God, bro. They're not even hiding it.
They're not. And that's the thing, Sam. If you watch the film, you'll see that we went to the Scientific Balloon Research Center. I know. Listen, me and Tanner, Flat Earth Millionaire, shout out. Wild. We went, and my Sasquatch guy, all right? Come on down if you want to see him. But anyways, we went to NASA Scientific Research Balloon Facility, the #1 spot in the world that they launch them, okay? And it's in Texas, so it was only about an hour drive. We went there in the middle of nowhere. No one lives there. In the middle of nowhere, they have their own water tower. You can't even see it till you're there. NASA, we go, oh shit, this is legit. Cameras everywhere, all this shit. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's post a tripod. We'll just film you, Tanner, in front of this building talking about Satelloon. So it's a good film, right?
It looks like a ranch. It looks like a random spot.
So long story short, a guy beelined us. He saw us talking. First guy revved his engine, flew by us, one of the employees at the balloon center.
A car.
Yeah. The next truck pulled right into my frame. He just, in my mind, I go, you have no idea how many millions of people are going to see your face, dude. Sorry.
Oh, is that what we see a little bit of?
In the trailer.
Yeah, you see in the
came
trailer.
up, and so we befriended him. Of course, what the fuck you doing? You can't be filming me. I said, yeah, you're in public, bro. There's nothing you can do about it, man. We finally befriended him. We befriended him for one reason. I'm not gonna
that's
be like,
the guy in the truck.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, you piece of shit liar. No. Hey, I'm cool with you, man.
You just told everybody, fuck you. I thought you'd be a little more in their faces, though.
Here's the thing. I need information.
Okay.
I need information. Technically, it's a tentative whistleblower in that sense, right?
Yeah.
And basically, the basic questions I was asking him was like, what about these satellites without balloons? He goes, what are you talking about? He doesn't know what I'm talking about. I go, and Tanner goes, they say they launch them up with rockets, right? And I said, yeah, they're just orbiting. And he looked so confused. And I'm like, you don't know about any of these satellites without balloons? And he's just like, no.
What do you think? He's from somewhere else? Somewhere else? You think he's from somewhere else?
Who?
This guy you're talking to.
No, he works for NASA. He's probably one of the head guys over at
I thought you were saying maybe he was from one of these other places.
No, he
where
works at
everybody
NASA.
just knows the truth.
He's the main guy of the balloons launching those Satelloons up. He says they track everything.
So all these satellites that I pulled up, all these technically have balloons on them, or these don't exist at all.
Those don't.
Dude,
which one's real?
I know it's CGI, but
Yes.
I'm saying whatever. But they don't even exist with
Impossible.
balloons. And it's not.
Where's their thruster? What are they thrusting up there? There's no moving parts on those. What are they doing?
Dude, my favorite thing about the moon landing is them leaving. First of all, what is taking that perfect shot?
Yeah.
What's perfectly shooting that? And then where's the fire? It's space.
Yeah.
There's no oxygen.
No.
My favorite is the Land Cruiser. The little moon,
that's bigger than
That's bigger than the thing. And how'd you guys build it? With the screwdriver or what? These little thing right here?
The number one thing that American society should be asking and requiring of NASA at this moment, especially after Justin's viral moment, is where is the footage of the ISS? Building it? Putting it up in space? Doing anything? That would be the most watched thing in the world.
Yeah, you know they would have recorded everything about it.
Oh my God, that'd be the hardest thing to ever do. Then you got to dock going 17,000 miles an hour in the air. You have to dock it. There's no video of them building any of this construction here on Earth because it's just in an underwater lab.
It's like
facility.
Michelle
It's underwater
Obama
pool.
pregnant. Where's the picture?
Exactly. I've looked for that too. Can't find it. You can't. Well, because men can't have babies. Sorry, current agenda, especially California. Men can't have babies, so that's why you won't find anything on Michael Obama with a child.
All right, one more time. Tell us where they can find everything.
Yeah, man, HibbelerProductions.com. Everything's there. A way to subscribe to my Rockfin, a way to stream me on your My Movies Plus app on your TV, a way to watch all my free stuff. I have all my links are on HibbelerProductions.com.
What's your next film coming up? Any sneak peeks?
Man, I've been trying to get a mental break. I just literally, I'm like, I need my back, my neck. I mean, you edit for so long, for so many months, and you get issues. So I'm like, I need to take a few months off before I even think of that. But I probably think, if I had to guess,
Go down a little bit, Johnny. I want to look at it. Okay.
This could change, XG, but I'm thinking of our lost history, man. I'm thinking of flying to some of these spots that John Levy and Dr. Norco, these people are talking about these spots, these melted buildings. This
Dr.
shit.
Narco?
Yeah, Dr. Narco. So they're speaking of these buildings and these John Levy always talks about it too. Martin Leakey. I want to go fly it. I want to go fucking film it and then send a drone up to the top and look around.
Yeah.
We don't really expose that. We just see a Google Earth image like, yeah, it's a Tartary building. Let's fucking go. Like, what do you mean? Let's go there and film it. And then I could go to John Levy's house, Narco if he'll have me, to film them.
will have you.
To film them for a documentary, right? To talk about this shit. That's probably another project I'd like to do if I can, It sucks, man, because Level With Me set me back. I mean, the budget, the funding, the traveling, the fucking... It's brutal without having a job,
dude,
bro.
People want that. People want
brutal.
that. Crowdfund it, man. People.
I know, man. I feel like I get judged no matter what I do. I put a crowdfund out there. What the fuck, man? I'm like, dude, it costs like $1 million to make a movie. I asked for $20,000. I'm getting fucking crucified over
It's
here.
okay, buddy.
Golly,
I'd be happy to support that.
Hibbeler.
I appreciate
A lot of people would.
Appreciate
You came, you saw, you dropped the hammer of the gods. You made me. I'm a flat earther, guys.
He's coming out of the
I
closet.
just came out of the. I just came out of the closet.
I've been watching him to that show. He was pretty convinced when he was like,
Did I really get the official soundbite, or is that
Bam.
just pretend?
No,
Or-
I
I think
just put
the last part.
That's
The balloon
for real.
got you, huh? The balloon,
It's
that
all of
website.
It, all of it. I'm a flat earther, Johnny. You better get with her, or else you'll be off this fucking show because we only have flat earthers on the show.
Johnny, Johnny.
Restrictive.
Hey, remember, it doesn't get you pussy though.
I'm a flat earther, dude.
Why do you say that?
It gets you no
by the way,
pussy.
shout out to Victoria. I'm engaged now as of a few days ago. Okay. So you do get pussy when you're a flat earther.
Hey, man.
Hey.
We're going to have a little flat earther baby soon. That's what we're talking about.
Sooner than later, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, I know the joke with Eddie and you and all that stuff, but you could definitely get laid as a flat
No, there's
earther
some
because
flat earth
people
chicks
like
out
now
there.
girls like knowledge and information and you standing out and being different and being your own man instead of following the sheep.
Yeah.
So if you want a sheep girlfriend, don't bring up flat
Duh,
earth. If you want a girlfriend that knows 9/11's bullshit, bring up flat earth because I
Here's
know
my
she's heard of it.
suggestion. Before you nut, ask her what she thinks of flat earth and vaccinations. And then if she says, pull out. Bro.
Definitely
Pull
vaccinations
out.
before you nut. You don't want any.
Even in that bullshit Netflix documentary, that guy was, that woman loved him in that documentary. He was getting, you guys haven't seen
Which one?
Behind the Curve, that woman that was like obsessed with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a nobody too.
Oh, well, you didn't trust her?
No, I don't trust nobody in that film, really, man. In terms of, I can't say that. Jaren's really cool, and a couple other guys in that film are actually pretty cool. I'm talking about Mark Sargent specifically. I'm not a fan. I don't think he's ever done anything to help us. I think that he was, in my opinion, I could be wrong. I think he was put in there to be controlled out. That's just my opinion. And I'm not trying to divert anybody. I hope he's a good guy. I hope he's genuine. I don't know him, so I don't like speaking publicly about it. But since you brought it up, Mark and Patricia. Yeah, I could do. Look, I hope they're real. Either way, I could do without. And we are doing without. We are waking the world up without anyone involved, trying to do some stupid shit and answer stupid questions stupidly. I don't want to deal with people like that. That's all. He ain't on my fucking radar, dude. I'm good.
Hibbeler, I wish I had all the guests like you that would just keep going, dude.
Yeah.
You were great. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Again, go check him out on Rockfin. Check out his website.
HibbelerProductions.com and go watch Level with me and wake the fuck up.
Okay. Guys, go and see me live. Baton Rouge, June 3rd. And then I got other dates. I just haven't put them up. And then June 8th through the 10th, I'm in San Diego. Hang out a little longer. We got some sneak previews of some other shows.
Yeah, can I just say, we got the creepiest skinwalker shape-shifting clip ever that's going to be after this
It is
episode. Check it
really
out from
crazy,
Broken
and I
Sim.
love that people are calling in on that and send us your what we call local legends, right?
Urban legends, yeah.
Some local urban legends. Guy came in with a great one with some creepy guy in a truck, and it was because it was really creepy. But
Well, no, he just witnessed. That's not even an urban legend. That's just some shit
Yeah,
that happened to him
yeah,
that we have
yeah.
photos and a video of. It's crazy.
And guys, again, we're working with companies that I think will help you get to what you need to survive everything that's going on. And that's all of our affiliates, whether it's buying gold, working out, crystals, all that stuff. We got more coming up, man. I got a nice legal company I'm working with. They can't cover you criminally, but they can cover you in other ways. So we're getting that going. And yeah, man, it's just like I'm just trying to put together the best people for you guys. So you got the one-stop shop. Stay tuned for some sneak peeks of some of my other shows. And anything else, guys?
No, we good. This was great.
Appreciate you guys. Listen, love you guys, and have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim.
Basically, my wife and I, we hike a lot, and we like to do that.
Yeah.
We got to this trail in Tallahassee, South Carolina, Leafs Falls Trailhead. Normal hike, super normal, going through the woods, beautiful streams and shit. And then we get to this field, and we get this weird feeling. We go through it. When we go through the woods, we get super disoriented. And that's not like us. I mean, real quick. And stuff starts getting spinny. And we're like, I grab her hand, I take her down the water, put our feet in the water, and come to. And then everything's fine. And we finish the trail. We come back, the parking lot's empty except for our car and this weird truck, like next to our car.
Timothy, this is a question I had in your voicemail.
Timothy.
Had there been people in the parking lot when you left?
Yes, when you hit the trailhead, yes. There's people. There's a lot of people.
Okay, and then you get back, and it's just you in this truck.
Just me in the truck, and this is a place probably fit about 30 vehicles.
Wow. Okay.
So everybody's gone except for the two of you.
And him and his girl in the truck. Yeah.
Yep. That truck was not there when we got there.
Okay, dude, that's creepy.
Well, this is not even. He's not even there yet. Go ahead, Tim.
So like, we start walking up, and I get like this cautious feeling, and I look over, and I see something, and it's a person, like their hands and their arms rested on the wheel of the car with their head down on their arms and their hands. And we get in the car, and I'm like, we both say at the same time, did you see that? And there was this doll, like life-size, like doll next to it in like a cheerleading uniform. We were like, yeah, we described it. This thing is in the radio is playing this like old gospel like sermon. This dude just yelling like Jesus, like that, and then it goes into the hymns. And I'm like, whoa, and I get my camera out to film to kind of look, because it's weird, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she's like, oh shit, it's moving. And I look over, and as I'm recording and picturing it, it's leans back, drops its arm, and then its one arm like curls through the steering wheel like a snake, and then grabs it, in which you see the picture there.
Okay, we're gonna show Okay, now I got two videos here. Here's the first one. Let's just see what this is. There's that tapping.
I felt it's moving. It's moving real with us.
So there, see, this is the truck here, Sam. And he's trying to record it without being noticed.
So serious.
While eating hard-boiled eggs. So, are you?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Dude,
we try to keep it clean, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. That's great. Okay, so you can't really catch much of it there. Here's another video. The photos are where it's at, but let me I want to, just so you can kind of get the vibe of what's going on here.
In a hand front that way. It's not fake.
The fuck?
Count.
So you can kind of
What
see
is that?
No clue.
You can hear the preaching, though. It's really loud. So, okay, look at these pictures, Sam. This is bizarre, dude. Okay, well, you sent me a picture now that is just kind of like a glitched out thing. What is that?
So we get back to the hotel, and we're like kind of still talking about it. She goes through her pictures. She put her phone in her jacket pocket.
Yeah.
The top jacket pocket. It was in the pocket. She starts going through her phone, and she sees these pictures that were taken when we were walking, and we were starting to get dizzy.
Oh, weird.
That's one of the pictures. You could see her leg in the corner, and it's all glitched out.
Okay. Strange. That's really strange.
What is that?
Well, look at this shit, Sam. This is okay, well, this is the trail. Now, here's a picture of the trail. I see it. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's just.
You guys are getting some nature.
It looks like the beginning of the Blair Witch Project, when they first head off into the forest.
Yeah.
It felt so weird there. It felt so weird in that when we stepped in that
and
field.
You do that all the time?
Okay, and so we're getting,
all the time.
You can see here.
Oh, what is that?
And now here it is blown up a little bit. Check this out, dude.
Now
look at the hand, the way it's twisted around, like he said, like a snake around the steering wheel.
Oh my God!
Look at that,
dude.
That's the thumb and the weird hand, and it's like
it goes
gone
like
through the steering wheel.
Okay,
and
what
up
you
and
guys
around.
can't see if you're listening is that it kind of looks like a graph plateau where it goes up, and then, dude, literally, it just
nobody's arm
plateaus.
Twists that way.
And here's a quick sneak peek of Conspiracy Social Club. Enjoy. You're crazy,
You don't
bro.
know anything about banking.
You're totally
You don't
crazy.
know a thing
You are
about banking.
crazy, Brian.
You actually
You
don't
are
know.
a crazy
this is where
person,
you,
brother.
This is where you literally float
Brian,
off
you
into
are
fantasy
nuts
land.
human
So let me
being.
ask you. So Sam, since our economy and the world's economy has been moving at the speed of trillions of dollars for the past 40 years, which allows everybody to buy mortgages and live a high standard of living all over the world.
Yeah.
Since that economy is purring along, you want to get rid of what? Central banks?
Yeah.
You want to get rid of central banks?
Brian,
do you know what central banks do?
Brian,
do you even know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I do know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so
Brian.
what do you want? So you want to have banks that are... So where is the regulation with banks? No regulation?
But is there any regulations right now, Brian?
There is regulation
right now. What's the regulation,
There
Brian?
are a lot of
regulation
regulations in
going on
place.
right
The
now?
reason that there are regulations is that when you put your money in the bank, you know, and that could be a big bank,
Brian.
like Bank of America, you know your money is insured.
Brian.
You know your money's insured. Can I get my father on the line?
Brian, I don't want to hear from your lizard father, okay?
My father, I'm calling him.
No, don't
I'm
call
calling
your
my dad.
I cannot do this.
It's not productive.
My dad's
Brian.
been a banker his whole life.
No, yeah, he's part of it.
He's not part of it.
He's
He'll
totally
tell you
part
why
of it.
central banks.
Brian, listen to me. Stop. I will not. I will walk out. I will walk
Well,
out.
then you don't
I
wanna-
will walk out.
I can't
I'll
call
go
a banker?
potty. I'll go potty.
I
right
can't
now.
call a banker?
I'll go potty. You cannot call a banker.
But you don't
can't
know-
call
you
your
don't know
father.
anything about
Here's who
banking.
You can't call family members or Dracula. That's who you
Your
can't
Honor.
call. Okay.
I want to call my daddy. Let me call my daddy. He's a banker, and my daddy knows more than fucking this guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
I can't emotionally fight with a man's father because I love Brian
No,
so much.
you
I
can
never
fight
want
with
to
him.
argue
You
with.
can fight with
No,
him.
I don't want to
But
argue
you don't
with
know
your dad.
anything about
I
banking.
don't want to do that.
You've never read a book on banking. You've watched a couple
Brian.
videos like this. No. Central bank of bad. Central bank of bad.
Brian.
Yes, Your Honor.
Brian.
I want to call my daddy.
Do you
Brian.
really think that the banks are regulated, Brian?
Brian.
Yes,
Do you
they
really
are.
believe that? Do you really believe that, Brian?
Guys,
Brian.
the banks are regulated. Bad management does some dumb things. The reason that
Brian,
the
but do you
Silicon
understand
Valley
they
Bank,
do dumb things because there's no regulation for them to do to stop them from doing it?
Well, but there is regulation, and the big banks are way more regulated now, right? Now you get these
Brian.
small independent banks, Sam, and what they do is they go, we'll fill the void here. And the problem is with these small independent banks, like happens all the time, they start taking shortcuts. The management starts taking shortcuts, money to be made, optimistic human behavior. And all of a sudden they go, you know what? Our collateral is going to be treasury bonds, U.S. treasury bonds. All of a sudden interest rates go up. Everybody knows this. We don't have the collateral. Now everybody does a run on the bank and starts pulling their money out. And that's what happens.
Yeah, but Brian, don't you understand that the system is set up for that to happen? When the Federal Reserve says you can loan out, at one point was $10 for every dollar you have. Now you don't even need that dollar, Brian.
Well,
that's done on purpose.
It's not. That's true that there is a quantitative easing
Okay,
and all that
so
is
Brian,
a bad idea.
just so you know that the streets are talking, okay? And you know what the streets are saying?
What?
That this whole thing with this SBF, is that what it is? SBF, the banker?
SVB.
SVB, okay?
Yeah.
That this is a move. It was, again, a controlled demolition, okay? So that there's a run. And then you add that, so what they want to do is all the big banks, okay, want to eat up all the regional banks. So what they're going to do is they're going to cause this run. All they're talking about, you have these people, go get your money out of the bank, go get your money out of the bank, go get your money out of the
SVB
bank.
was the 16th biggest bank in the world. I mean, in the country.
Right,
All
Brian, but it's not
see
one
how
of the
big it
big
is.
ones.
It's a huge bank.
And the guys who were running it were part of Lehman's when Lehman went down in 2008.
Sam, the regional banks are making money. There are a lot of people that make money off the regional banks. It's not that. You're talking about three banks right now. You're talking about three banks right now.
Look at his legs. He's
That's why I know that you're struggling. We've decided this. When you're really trying to just spitball, you just start molesting your legs.
Your conspiracy that the big banks, that the problem actually is this.
All right, guys, real quick before we're done, we want to tell you about all of our affiliates. It's a great way to support the show. As you know, fiat money is chaos. Okay, fractional reserve banking, dangerous. The best way to get out of it is precious metals, in particular, silver and gold. And that's why we're working at Wise Wolf, okay? Wise Wolf, silver and gold. Just go to samtriple.com or samtriple.gold and you could join. And he's hooking you up. They got great you can either buy single time or you can sign up for their program where you can buy up to $500 a month. I'm doing it. I hope you can too. We also have everybody at Eagle Research. That's right. Eagle Research, AquaCure Mobile Model AC50 brown gas, hydrogen brown gas. The guy who makes it says it's secure. People are using it. Check it out. Just go there, use the promo code tinfoil hat, 3 words, and get a discount. Go back to the main page, Sam Tripoli. You will get you get a discount with the promo code tinfoil. And then our good friends over at Haley Ray crystalshop.com. Go to the promo code is Swarm15. Get 15% off all your crystals, all your quartz, all you name it. What do we got here? Look at all this stuff. All this stuff, all the best. You can do it right there. It's all part of the best crystal shop on the internet. Jewels, bracelets, clusters, you name it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Candles, you name it. You got it. Swarm15. Thank you for supporting the show. We love you. And thank you so much for your support.
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hat, tinfoil hat, tinfoil.